Hello, viewers. This is Carter. We're casting the third game, or I guess technically fourth game for UWRF. Today we are facing Kettering. I'm unfortunately not joined by my lovely mate, Jack. Unfortunately, he came down with a stomach thing, but you got me today. I will be casting and observing, so and just bear with us today. We have a very tight matchup today. Going to be an interesting one. I believe both Kettering and UWRF are tied in standings, both 2-2. Same lineup for UWRF. We have NJ, Yeen, Goob, Implied, the IGL, and Tartle. And for maps, we already have them all picked out, nice and ready. For first map, we are going to Chalet. So we might see some more balcony action from NJ, who, if we remember from last time, did a great job on the Zofia and just clearing out those roamers and people on piano and in master. Second map is Border, a map that I believe you viewers have not seen. So it's going to be an interesting map, a kind of bigger version of Chalet Clubhouse. So it's going to be kind of a toss up, a lot of vert that can be made, a lot of drops from hatches, and the potential for flanks and roaming. And then if all else fails, we have our third map, which is NHL. Now, UWRF has had a 50-50 win rate, I believe, on NHL. It's been kind of up in the air depending on the opponent. As it stands, I think UWRF has a very good chance. They've been kind of running a lot of scrims lately, testing the waters, getting their maps for their first three maps pretty under control. Looking at the stats, Yeen and Implied are honestly running a good, solid team. NJ in these last few scrims, especially with last week being fall break and all that, had a great showing with some of those scrims. So his stats have been quite up there, MVP a couple of times. So we will have to see if he brings that same energy to the game day. Um, Unfortunately, last time on Monday last week, we unfortunately lost. Tight game, very tight game. This time, UWF is going to bring the heat. Our players are starting to load in. UWF will be starting attack on Chalet Kettering on defense. Kettering is led by D Monkey Man, their IGL, followed by Pickler, Braden, and just kind of reading it off here, waiting for the rest to get in here. Sleazy, oh, sorry if I butcher these names. Don't make it easy. Sleazy, Braden, Pickler, D Monkey Man, and then finally for our fifth, we will have waiting on him or her. Just waiting patiently while we wait for that fifth Kettering player. Chalet has been a pretty strong showing from UWRF. Not sure for KU, but for UWRF, again, a very strong map. Same rules as last time. Got to make sure those verts clear it level by level. There are technically, I guess it is a 2-floor building, 3 including basement. But for the fifth man for KU or Kettering, it is Mr. New Vegas. I wonder if he will gamble and be a nuisance to UWRF. Otherwise, as I mentioned before, same lineup as before, Implied, leading the UWRF team consisting of NJ, Yeen, Goob, and Tartle. Now, Yeen and Implied, kind of the co-voices here, but Implied ultimately calling the shots. NJ being that good kind of support player, clearing out the shield and all that. Tartle and Goob, pretty in the middle. It just sways from game to game. Goob has told me that he is trying to go 25-3. Whether he does or not, it's up in the air. I've played with him today. He started off rough, but ended great. Tartle, just gotta be confident and just gotta bring the heat here. Our players are all in the lobby. We are just waiting on the ready from KU. We have that ready from KU. So match shall be starting right now. So let's hope we have a good one game today. So we shall see for the map bands, or sorry, not map bands, the operator bands. Now, if you remember, it's 2 bands in the first and then a third in the fourth for each side, unless, of course, the team is able to kind of curb stomp them and go 6-0 and then win 7-0. For UWRF, expecting some Mira, maybe some Cade bands from like last time. But we have the Ace and Azami. Azami is going to be a good band. Ace is pretty typical nowadays since he is one of the better attackers, especially one of the better heart breachers compared to Thermite and Hibana and the other hard breachers. For second round of bands, we have Blackbeard and Wamai. KU, an interesting band. Wamai, pretty typical. We have seen Yin or Sean play Wamai quite frequently and play him quite well. As for the first site, KU is taking us to upstairs, master bedroom, and office. So we will have to see how this goes. Probably help if the controller was on. There we go. All right, as for the lineup for KU, bringing the Castle, Mozzie, Mute, Jaeger, and Aruni. No wall denial, however. Compared to other teams, they are going to try to put those head holes onto that main wall there. Jaeger recently, as well as the Denari and Bandit, recently got some new upgrades. The Jaeger got the P10C, so players will be more inclined to possibly bring his shotgun, since now that pistol has a sight. For Bandit, he's got the Kurito, so Wamai's pistol, so it should be a fairly kind of even match for and then for Denari, his changes were reverted back to the kind of standard that they were when he first came out. So his shotgun is now buffed. The damage on his trip connectors do much more damage, and so it should be a lot more evenly fair. NJ on the balcony trying to clear out. Oh, just merely misses the head of Braden on the mute. UWRF taking a approach from library. However, Picklitter on that mez. They're going to have to clear him out from that area. It is a dangerous spot for him to be in. Drone spots him, takes some shots from big window on mez. However, I do think those shots actually came from NJ on the Zelf. Pickler in a very not so great there. However, Braden holding a peaky angle with the shotgun on to balcony. Goob is going to have to be careful, and first pick goes to Braden against Goob on the shotgun. UWRF was not ready for him there. However, Pickler in a not so great situation, but he is able to pick up one on to Yeen, but Tartlet with the refrag quickly. 4v3 in favor of KU. Sleetsky trying to... Oh, Nitro goes out. And he's able to pick up Tartle from downstairs. Not a good start for UWRF here whatsoever. Sleetsky getting the Nitro. Implied, however, getting the kill on to the Monkey Man, the Aruni. With that, there is only one Nitro in play, played by Braden, so that he's going to have to save it or be careful. Implied slowly working his way up to the breach. Braden watching it, though. Braden taking some hits from Implied on the Thermite. Implied trying to be wary of that potential flank from Sleetsky. However, Braden kind of in a losing fight. Sleetsky working his way slowly up, watching that area. NJ and Implied, I don't think, have no idea that Sleetsky is on near top blue there on the stairs. Implied still trying to contest against Braden and Mr. New Vegas. Mr. Vegas on a full bill of health as well as Sleetsky. Braden on 50. Oh, but Braden's able to pick up the double onto Implied. It is a 1v3. NJ's got to make a move. However, Sleetsky slowly making his way up. But he's just holding that cross in case Implied tries to do something dangerous. Oh, NJ, I think, accidentally stuns himself in that and is taken out by Sleetsky, who gives our viewers some whiplash there with that last play. Yeah, sorry, viewers, you got to see that. That doesn't do well for me either. Now, unfortunate showing by UWRF. First round goes in favor of KU. However, it is not over, merely a warm-up round for UWRF. As for second site, we are going to bar gaming, a typical kind of site. It's either between bar gaming or kitchen dining. Similar lineup, we have the Mute and the Jaeger. However, instead of the Aruni and others, we will have Ella, Smoke, and the Frost. Now, first couple of times as Frost, both teams hit the Frost mat inside the building. So UWRF is going to have to be careful of those Frost mats that will most likely be set onto, library big window, as well as hatches being opened up in library as well. The shield there with the Jaegers is going to be important for UWF to take them out. They are not bringing the Flores, which is interesting. This is a site that you want that Flores to clear off that shield. Now, this will make taking that blue stairs even more trickier for UWF. NJ, I think, accidentally spawning in the wrong site or on the wrong side, but that is okay. Looks like Sleesky will be playing on that shield as the Jaeger, with Picklard playing Mez and then Frost playing in stock. Smoke also on the bottom blue there, watching that line of sight into fireplace and dining hall. UWRF taking a bedroom approach over. Yeen leading the way, trying to clear out, making sure the drones are good and clean. However, KU is much more interested in holding on to sight there. Camera from the BP takes out or temporarily immobilizes the drone. UWF is going to have to be careful with that cam. That will be a problem. It is being currently watched by Smoke. So, we'll have to be careful on it. Smoke cycling through the cams. Yeen and Goob now watching carefully, trying to make sure that it is there. However, all of office is completely blocked off. But with Sleesky there on the shield there, can be dangerous for Yeen to approach that. However, he does have Goob and others in support. It's going to be important for those players to get rid of Sleesky on there. Pickler moves towards box. Implied and Yeen and NJ trying to just negate his position there. Goob moves to big window, trying to see if he sees the Ella, but Ella has repositioned to box. If he can get the call out there, he can maybe light up box, but too late. Picklard goes back towards top Mez. Goob able to get the first pick off onto Braden. That is the Mute. That is one Nitro gone, but Picklard is able to pick up the refrag within a second. 55 seconds left. UWRF has to make some moves here. Yeen picks up Pickler. However, Frost watching below. Turtle's got to be careful. Sleesky still watching on blue, but you implied in Yeen able to use the Sens walls to kind of move around him. 30 seconds left. UWRF has to make a play. Implied with defuse. Saves it. Turtle is just saved by it. Oh, but Implied just misses the pick on to D-Monkey's head. Sleesky moving back towards shoe rack. Got to be careful. Frost proned, but UWRF has got to make a play here, and it's got to be now. Implied goes for the lunge. Oh, but and Turtle accidentally takes him out. I think that's a round for KU, and it is a round for KU. Unfortunate just timing and execution there. UWRF had it, but I think Implied accidentally vaulted over the wall and gave away his position to that Frost. 2-0 in favor of KU. An unfortunate just mishap by UWRF, a big blunder, one may call it. Third site we're going to be, as I mentioned before, kitchen dining. A very interesting lineup here by KU. Malusi, Castle, Echo, Mute, and Aruni. We're seeing the Mute and Aruni be a common occurrence. Castle as well. The Malusi and Echo, new to the lineup here. So, at Echo, they're going to have to be careful of those yokai drones. They can disorient, and if time is winding down, can possibly get rid of the plant, and it leaves it up in the air if they can take out those yokai drones. So, either take out the Echo or take out the yokai drones. It's got to be one or the other. However, KU's defense has been pretty rock solid here, only with a few picks onto Pickler, D-Monkey. Mr. New Vegas, though, Still 0-0 all around. Hasn't gotten assist, hasn't gotten a kill or death, but usually that's pretty good. That's one body to be thrown, and we might see something more from him. As for the UWRF lineup here, it is a pretty even spread here. Yeen, Goob, and Implied both each have one kill. However, Yeen has one less death than Goob and Implied, and I guess Turtle as well. So it is all fairly similar, but UWRF has got to make sure their executions are to a T here. Goob on the Ash, with Implied bringing the Striker, the Capitao, Buck, and Zolf. Zolf going to be good for getting rid of those castle barricades. But she only has Claymore, so she doesn't have Heartbreacher, so she's going to have to use those two wisely. Sleetsky playing in piano, watching it carefully, backed up by D Monkey Man by Closet and kind of in Master. NJ watching the piano window, has to be careful of the two ops in piano and Master. UWRF slowly making their way, Implied trying to place a hard breach on the wall there. However, he does waste a impact EMP, not something that I would have done, but I mean, it's okay. Braden trying to get a idea, sees Implied on there. I don't think UWRF is aware of the yokai there that's slowly watching them. With Echo, without him getting stuck like that, you can and technically, theoretically, get him to jump more. Goob is the first man down, taken out by D Monkey Man on upstairs. A 5v4 situation. Goob has been not so great on his entries. So, big loss for UWRF. First kill going in favor of KU. Echo Drone does hit Yeen, but he has no idea where it could be. UWRF has to make a play here, otherwise they are stuck. Yeen finally catches it. Sleetsky takes out Turtle. That is, and Sleetsky picks up Implied as well. Yeen finally taking him out and ending his reign of terror on the second floor. D Monkey Man falls back towards Solar, goes back towards Trophy. All KU members are now on the first floor. Yeen takes some shots from below by Picklard. NJ still hasn't entered the building, but I believe he is droning him in or watching his flanks. However, I think at this rate, he does need to get in and not be prone. Yeen just brute forcing his way into second floor, trying to catch anyone off guard. Checking A side, however, with the shotguns coming in. Oh, Yeen, you saw him. Oh, Pickler picks up the kill, and it is all left on NJ, who is the man alone again. He's going to have to make a drop, sees the head of one, and is taken out by Mr. New Vegas, who gets his first kill of the game. Unfortunate by UWRF. They need to be more quicker and get rid of those roamers upstairs. That has been their just brutal wall that they need to blow up, both figuratively and literally. KU leading 3-0 for round 4 bans coming in. UWRF deciding to go with a Castle ban. KU deciding to go with a Capital ban. Capital, I don't know if that's a targeted ban towards, I believe that's Turtle. Turtle really hasn't done much with the Capital, but the option is still there. UWRF do also kind of doing a target ban against the Castle. Does negate now those castles that can go on bathroom window, piano window, and blue hall. Going back upstairs to second floor, master office. With that, we are seeing the Mozzie, Mute, Aruni, and Jaeger again. This time, though, we are joined by Mr. New Vegas on the Fenrir. Now, with Fenrir, he's kind of been through the ringer of nerfs, per se. When he first started out, he had the Bailiff and the submachine gun still, but that Bailiff was made it easy to make head holes, vert, all of that. However, recent changes have gotten rid of that, so he now has a pistol, as well as his F-Nut mines or Fenrir mines are now, they can be destroyed by which way, open, close, whatever. So, and he can only open 2 now, so he's going to have to be careful with that and use that wisely. Pickler he's trying to decide what to play. I think he's going a box kind of position, just completely disregarding the Mez approach. However, Braden does try to, I think, open up some stuff for him. Similar setup here with that head holes being open up there. Now, Goob last time is going to have to be careful of Braden on that mute shotgun. That is one of the most powerful shotguns in the game. Yeen taking some early damage, I believe, from Pickler there. Oh, but Yeen fires back on a headshot. First pick goes in favor of UWRF for their first pick of the game. Yeen trying to take it out. Moves towards there, but D-Monkey Man on the head holes there. And I think UWRF has a good idea that someone is there. They're going to have to take him out and be careful. They might have to send a drone that way and sacrifice it. Drone goes out, is taken out. That will signify to UWRF that they have a guy there. Yeen does pick him up. It's a double kill for Yeen. NJ, the Belkin Demon picks up on Mr. New Vegas. Goob is ready for that shotgun. It's a 5v1. I'm not even sure where that shot came from. Where is Sleetsky here? Oh, he's below. UWRF can go for the quick plant there, but Sleetsky slowly working his way back up the stairs. Turtle's got to be ready for that. Gives a call out. Going to give away his position. Here's the phone. And Goob is able to pick up the cat. A turnaround for Goob, who was ready for the Braden on the shotgun and for the potential flank there. Round 4 goes in favor of UWRF. A flawless round as well for UWRF as well. They were able to quickly and cleanly get rid of those operators. Zine takes some damage from Plicker, and he just responds back with a hammer on the buck. KU deciding to run it back to Bar Gaming. Hopefully this time Implied, I think, doesn't accidentally vault over the half wall there. Pretty similar lineup there with the Frost, Jaeger, Mute, Fenrir, and Smoke. Fenrir, though, for this site is new because of the castles now being gone. So this will be more of an easier execution for UWRF without having to worry about the castle barricades. However, Fenrir and Smoke can disorient and confuse them and let KU know where they're pushing, especially with the F-Not mines. Frost mats weren't a big problem last time, but it looks like she is trying to set up some head holes there so that way they can watch it if UWRF decides to go through there. That vert is going to be critical if they can watch it carefully. Mr. New Vegas drops down. Sleazy, Picklerd are playing up top. Mr. New Vegas joining them as well. That shield spot there is going to be brutal. UWRF has to be ready for that. However, they did Ascent kind of just go around it. Implied, though, not bringing the sense now. So now it's going to be more of a brute forced entry for them to destroy that shield and those Jaegers. Mute goes on there, so the Flores wouldn't really work, but with Sleetsky there, I mean, anything can happen. Pickler playing the rat position, but UWRF, like last time, not deciding to go that way. However, Cam there does EMP that. So they know the BP is there. Yeen does temporarily knock it out. It just won't be seen anymore. Yeen leading the charge with Goob. Going to have to be careful, though, of Sleazy on that shield. Sleazy does take out the drone, so UWRF is aware, but I don't think they are aware of Picklerd, who is now moved from rat towards box. NJ is the first killed by Picklerd. NJ, we will no longer see the Belkin Demon, unfortunately. Picklerd retreats back towards library. UWRF needs to kind of get this going. Pickler, Goob, kind of facing off there. Goob takes some massive hits from Picklerd. Goob, you got to be careful, my friend. You know he's there. Call for someone. But with Pickler deciding to kind of hold off onto that Mez fireplace approach there, he will be pretty hard to get out of. Goob trying to fire some shots, trying to flush him out. Tartle Implied rearranged back towards library, but there is the Frostmat there with those verts there. Implied goes for the drone and sees Picklerd. Implied, though, but be careful. Braden is playing down below. Pickler does take some hits from Tartle and is finally taken out by Implied. It is now a 4v4. Implied, though, has to be careful. Knows that the Jaeger is there. Oh, Sleesky just barely misses the head of Implied. Implied trying to just play around, punch around, trying to watch that stock area. However, there's 30 seconds left, UWRF. You have to make a play. Implied calls that there is someone there. See if they can nade him out. Sleesky does go back down towards Shoe Rack. D-Monkey Man decides to make. Nitro misses. Both Nitros misses. That is both Nitros gone. Sorry, they only had one. I don't know what else hit. Braden picks up the kill on Implied. Defuses down. Turtle picks it up, but Turtle is taking some hits. UWRF has got to drop and make a move. Yeen does pick up Mr. New Vegas, but Turtle is in a safe spot to plant. Yeen takes out Sleesky, but D-Monkey Man is able to stop Defuse. Unfortunate by UWRF there. He had it, but he had no one watching his back, unfortunately. Goob could have done it if he was quick enough, but unfortunately, he was not. 4-1 last round before we switch sides for UWRF to be on defense. UWRF needs to pick up the momentum there. They lost the 3-3 half they could have gotten. Now they're going to have to settle for a 4-2. However, if they go for a 5-1, it will make their challenge more difficult. For the final site for KU and UWRF attack, we are going to Kitchen Dining. Now, last time, much like Bar Gaming, KU was able to absolutely obliterate UWRF and stop them dead in their tracks only upstairs. With that Echo, they're going to have to be wary of that. He is going to sit on that shield position there. So UWRF, the potential to get him through the wall could be strong if they can find him. Only one Nitro hold by Pickler. Mr. New Vegas, though, bringing impacts can be quite important for making rotates or just moving around. Mr. New Vegas and Sleesky head upstairs with D-Monkey Man also there as well. Probably going to be the similar setup, though, but with Sleesky being on the Fenrir and D-Monkey Man playing the Rooney like last time. Pickler also there trying to slow down any drones that could be shown. UWRF bringing the same lineup, Turtle on the IQ, Implied on the Striker, Goob on the Ash, Yeen on that Buck, and NJ on that Zoph. Not looking like we're going to see another Balkan Demon. Is able to put on some phantom pressure there at times, but ultimately, I mean, it's been pretty mixed results with NJ being on the Zoph on the balcony. Yeen already inside, going towards box. However, Braden is starting to maneuver that yokai up towards kind of the roof of fireplace. So, UWRF is going to have to be careful. I don't think Yeen saw the drone drop. Pickler, though, easy pick off on NJ. Never mind. I take it all back. NJ, you are amazing. Able to get the pick on Pickler. That is their Nitro gone. So, going to be more difficult now for Sleesky to get them upstairs, but they still have Sleesky and D-Monkey Man upstairs. Monkey Man in bed, Sleesky kind of teetering between bathroom and piano. Goes back towards bathroom. D-Monkey Man takes some hits from Goob. Wall is opened, but UWRF has to be very careful, but they have no lines available except for Sleesky on that bathroom. NJ fires one of his concussion grenades at him. Yeen slowly making his way up. Now, with that F-Knot, he does give away his position, but Sleesky is able to pick up Yeen. It's a 4v4, but they are now aware. Oh, and D-Monkey Man's able to pick up Goob. It is falling apart for UWRF. It's a 4v3. Implied has to be careful, though. Oh, and Sleesky's just murdering them all. Leaves up to NJ and Turtle. Sleesky, though, on a sliver of HP, but D-Monkey Man is there to support him. Grenade goes out, reevaluates him. Turtle's got to be careful, though. Turtle does hear him, able to pick him up. 3v2, 40 seconds left. Turtle, though, has to be careful of D-Monkey Man, who is holding that. Oh, you see him. You see his head. Oh, no, a big blunder by Turtle, who saw him. It's all up on NJ now. Has to be careful, though. Able to pick it up, but he falls down accidentally. He's got to reload and be ready. Here's the players. Oh, unfortunate by UWRF. A big blunder, though, however. Their attack, sloppy, and their execution was not great. Unfortunate for UWRF, going in a 5-1 score line. Swapping to defense. They need a miracle play here if they are to win their map pick, which I might have forgotten to mention. Chalet is their map pick, Border being KU's map pick. So, UWRF has got to have the pep talk of their life here as they switch towards defense and bans. UWRF deciding to ban Flores, KU getting rid of the Wamai. That is Sean's Yeen's favorite player. So, with that gone, they're going to have to switch it up a bit now. UWRF also now going to ban, I'm going to say, I want to say maybe a Ace or something like that, maybe. No, the Thatcher, but KU getting rid of the Mira. So, all hard breachers are up on the table, but without that Wamai and Mira, Yeen's going to have to kind of adapt here. That is his player with that shield that they played. So, with that gone, he's going to have to bring another operator to kind of adapt, as I mentioned. For first sight for UWRF's defense, we are going to kitchen dining. Goob on the Castle, Implied on the Aruni, Tartle on the Jaeger, Yeen on the Smoke this time, and NJ on the Frost. So, as I mentioned, Yeen's going to have to adapt to that smoke. Good plant denial and good kind of time waster against KU's attack. KU, though, I'm seeing a Blackbeard. So, UWRF is going to have to set up some good lines of sight and some crossfires to negate that Blackbeard. As well as we have the Ace, and it looks like Mr. New Vegas swapping to the Ram, the Gridlock to stop flanks, and the D-Monkey Man on the Ash. So UWRF is going to have a strong showing here. NJ on the Frost places the shield to give towards Yeen. However, without that Wamai and also the Jaeger not being there, going to have to be more careful. I mean, there is a Jaeger there, but there's not many other ones. Big window does get opened up from outside. I believe that was by, I'm not actually sure who did that. Maybe, I think that was the Ram, if it looks, no. I don't know. Kind of missed that one there, folks. Pickler already into box, moving quickly with the drones helping him. Sleesky on the roof with the Ace with the defuse. Yeen's going to have to be careful with that, but Sleesky moving with the drone to drone for Pickler. New Vegas, though, on the approach there, trying to be careful. No one has taken any big damage yet. Braden trying to open up some lines of sights onto Goob. Goob trying to watch it, trying to be careful. Sleazy does take some damage from the smoke, but Goob is looking the other way towards Big Window. But KU is kind of disregarding that, I think, to add some phantom pressure. Yeen smokes out Pickler, but Pickler is, I think, tucked pretty well there. Oh, he's just thrown a bit wide of him. However, minute 20 left. Ram goes out. Tartle's got to be careful. Braden, though, is picked up by Goob. Good on him. However, with that Blackbeard moving in, Goob's got to be careful. Sleesky takes some more damage. Goob kind of in the fight of his life, and he's taken out by Mr. New Vegas. Vert is opened up onto B side. Is starting to be open. Sleesky's trying to go there, but with Yeen on the shotgun there to give some shotgun diplomacy, he has to be ready. And he does pick him up, but he's got to watch his other side. Oh, but NJ is able to bait and take out the Blackbeard. That is 2 ops gone. Mr. New Vegas on the Ram and D-Monkey Man on the Ash. NJ trying to just lay down some fire. Able to take out the Ram, though. It's a 3v1, and I think going in favor of UWRF. I don't want to speak too soon, but... Oh, A isn't able to take some damage onto D-Monkey Man. D-Monkey Man does have defuse, but it's a 2v1. Implied and Tartle are the remaining members of UWRF. Moves down trophy stairs, but UWRF is in a good spot to hold out. They are holding him indefinitely. And Tartle picks up the last kill against D-Monkey Man and KU. A good crossfire held by UWRF. However, there are flaws in that. Yin was able to take out the defuser, but was swamped by the Blackbeard. NJ on that Frost could have supported him quickly, and I think he might have gave comms, but the comms fell deaf. As for second site for UWF, we are going to Bar Gaming. So a very similar Yin going on the Valkyrie. This will be good for cams and intel as well as possible nitros. UWF though only has one nitro, so they're going to have to be careful. As for KU, bringing the same lineup as Kitchen Dining. Will it change? I'm not sure. We might see a Ram, possibly, with Mr. New Vegas going towards that Ram. However, in this case, we will not and see him go the Capital. We have the similar setup, though, as KU. I mean, it's a pretty universal, it's a pretty well-known spot for when you play Chalet. That shield and those Jaegers on to top blue there. However, I do think the shield is a tiny bit out. So whoever plays it, which I believe will be NJ, have to be careful of that. Some roster changes as well. We have D-Monkey Man playing the Striker, Mr. New Vegas on the IQ. So that IQ is going to be able to search out those Valk camps. So UWRF is going to have to be more careful with it. Implied, though, in the rat position. It's going to be good if KU misdrones him with Turtle in box supporting and Goob on Mez. However, bringing that Blackbeard will kind of make it more difficult for Goob to kind of contest that. He doesn't have a Nitro, so he will have to be careful of that. Braden starting to cut off his rotates there, but D-Monkey Man not watching it. So, theoretically, Goob is safe for now, but Pickler goes towards Piano, Yin on the shield, watching it carefully. Isn't able to pick up the kill, and I think the Jaeger ADSs were just too far. Yin does waste his Nitro, so there is no Nitros left to pick up that, but NJ slowly trying to work his way around. Pickler, though, is backed up by Braden. Goob is still watching it. Mr. New Vegas does hit the Frost Mat. Goob able to quickly pick it up, though. Be careful of Sleesky, though. You see him there, Goob. You have to be careful and watching. But holding that cross against the Blackbeard will help him. Oh, be careful, Goob. You know there is one big window. Oh, and Goob gets a lucky pick on the Blackbeard. That is huge for UWRF. That shield gone just leaves all assault rifles for KU. UWRF hasn't lost anyone, though. Yin did take some damage, I believe, for them nade. Goob trying to get some shots on to Sleesky, but Sleesky decides to go and follow up towards Braden. D-Monkey Man, though, has not entered the building whatsoever. He is still deciding to hide there, but he does see the drone onto Implied, so gonna have to be careful. Braden does take out Turtle, which gets rid of the smoke. Going to have to be very careful. Implied is not aware that D-Monkey Man knows his position. Oh, unfortunately not able to pick up the kill with that flash by D-Monkey Man. A lucky pick for him. But NJ is able to be the demon here and take out the ace. But he knows there's one more. Oh, it's a 2v1 in favor of KU. Leaves just Yin, who has fallen back towards basement. Takes some hit from the barbed wire. Yin trying to move his way back up towards the site. Works his way. Doesn't see anyone yet. However, but KU is now in full control of site. Yin's got to play this smart. Oh, but D-Monkey Man spots him through the holes and takes out his head. Match point for KU. UWRF. Oh, wait, no. I think it's... No, yeah, I was right. It was match point. So it's 6-2. UWRF has to have the comeback of a century. 4 wins in a row to send it to OT and possibly win their map pick. KU, though, that boulder on the mountain just slowly gaining speed and more speed there. UWRF has got to play this smart. Yin, instead of bringing the oh my god, I'm blanking on her name, Valkyrie, decides to bring the Azami. That will help quite tremendously for UWRF, I think. Otherwise, we have the same lineup: NJ on the Jaeger, Goob on the Warden, Implied on the Frost, and Turtle on the Smoke. Now, What I like to see here is Turtle stay alive a bit more longer with that smoke. I think he got too early of a pick. I believe he was the first pick by KU, and that caused a cascade effect. Without those smokes, Turtle's going to have to play more smarter, since those are denials that can be used if they plant or try to go to any other doorway. Yeen playing on the shield. Hopefully this time the Jaeger ADSs will be able to catch those nades. However, I think what they do is they just slowly roll it towards it. So we will have to see how UWRF adapts. KU going a full library approach. Implied it's going to have to be careful though, because like last time, that drone was able to spot him on there. D-Monkey Man again, watching that carefully. Mr. New Vegas going towards balcony. Goob on there again. Goob is going to have to be more careful. New Vegas and all of them, and all of KU is going to know he is there. So, going to have to be careful. But Pickler and Sleesky are also starting to move through basement. NJ is aware of it. Has to be careful, though. NJ slowly watching it. Knows that there are people down there. Can hear them moving. Blackbeard with that shield makes him more loud and more clankier. So, NJ has to be careful. He's 6 for 6. I like his odds. Blackbeard, though, decides to take another route and decides to go out back towards library. Braden and Mr. New Vegas is slowly starting to make their way in there. Braden shoots the... decides to get rid of the fire extinguisher on Blue Hall. Implied, though, kind of in a not-so-favorable position right now. He's got 3 of KU's operators there. Pickler is ready to throw that nade, and I think is able to get him. Nade, though, misses narrowly. So, for the time being, Implied is safe. But for how long there? He knows that there are operators on that window and the other operator. With that nade, he has to be careful. Any misstep, any throw towards him could be life or death. Drone goes out, spots him. Drone, though, only gets a sliver of his damage. Well played by Implied. He picks up the Blackbeard. Pickler is gone. First pick in favor of UWRF. 50 seconds left. UWRF has been a tremendous time waster in this KU attack. Gooblo still on the mez. Has to be ready for those other operators, but also for Monkey Man, who is on the small window of library. Mr. New Vegas moves in. Goob repositions himself. And Yeen is able to take out Mr. New Vegas, but Goob decides to drop. Smart play, D-Monkey Man, though, quickly responds by taking out Implied. And quickly turns into a 3v3 situation. Guys, you have to be careful of D-Monkey Man. Yeen deciding to move back towards Mudroom. NJ also deciding to go Dining Hall, but he has to be careful of behind him. NJ, behind you, my friend. Behind you, NJ. Oh, it is a 3v1 planting. It is... oh, this is not a good situation. Yeen gives away his position, and it is a round 1 for KU. UWRF, what were you guys doing? You had it, and you let it slip through your fingers. That is a round... or I guess a round 1 for KU going into this brief 5-minute halftime. 1-0 going towards KU's pick of border. UWRF is going to have a strong pep talk here if they want to come back from that. They had it within their grasps and then just completely lost it there. Unfortunate for UWRF there. NJ, unfortunately, not aware of the gridlock coming in from behind him. Too focused on watching Fireplace. So, we are going to take a quick 5-minute for water and other necessities. We'll catch you guys after this short break. Welcome back, viewers. We are going into the second map of Border. Now, UWRF is going to have a strong showing here with this being KU's map pick. So, for map bans, I'm expecting to see some maybe anti-vertical, the Rams and all that. Much like Chalet, this is going to be a pretty good site or map to have that vert. First bans are in. UWRF deciding to ban the Azami KU, getting rid of that ace. Smart play, Azami can get rid of those angles, especially in those tight quarters of Border. Ace, pretty typical. Kind of negates the fact that they will now have to use the Thermite or someone else to go in there unless they ban the Thermite, but I don't think they will. Second bans are in Castle and Capital. UWRF kind of traumatized by that Castle play from Slitsky, and the Capital ban, pretty normal, trying to smoke or fire them out. But enough of that tit for tat. We are going to Armory Archives for the first site. We have some wall denial this time in the form of 2. But this time, when I say wall denial, I mean electricity. We have the Monkey Man on the Bandit. So Bandit tricking is on the board. As well with Braden on the Mute, Sleesky on the Jaeger, Mr. New Vegas on the Malusi, and Pickler on running the Solus shotgun with the SMG, I'm imagining. Interesting choice. So, Pickler must be very competent in his ability to use that shotgun and SMG quite easily. New Vegas trying to make some rotates and a kind of watch into there. Now, first time seeing UWRF on this map on stream. I've seen some of the scrims. UWRF, I think, has a good chance of possibly doing it as long as they are smart with their droning, communication, and gunfights. Their two biggest proponents here, I would say, is D-Monkey Man and Sleesky. Both show tremendous amount of gun skill and just sheer aggressiveness on Chalet. As for UWRF's lineup, we are seeing the Thermite Sledge, Goob on the Lion, the Deimos, going to be an important one, and Turtle on the Doki. Going to be also equally important to call out any roamers, though, with Solus playing on Hallway there. Turtle implied send 2 drones in. Turtle does spot Pickler, so they do know that he's on there. But with that reinforced wall, it is going to be more difficult. Pickler slowly working his way up, but decides to not push it. Mr. New Vegas, though, taking some shots from NJ and Turtle. NJ has got his number ready to push him out, but with that take some more shots against Braden. Braden's shots kind of fall flat on that shotgun. Mr. New Vegas, though, able to pick up Goob. NJ, the Yin, responds back brutally. Implied, though, has made his way towards waiting room Belk. So, with that Deimos, he can do it. And, but he doesn't have any nades to flush out that Solus. So, that will be more difficult. And with that Solus lurking around, he has to be careful. Pickler gives away his position, but falls back quickly towards... There we go, trying to get that HUD back there. Implied, though, watching it quite carefully. Oh, just barely misses Pickler by sheer moments. Yin trying to just push out Sleesky, but Sleesky goes back. Pickler picks up Implied, and Sleesky picks up NJ. Oh, no. Such promise for a round, but Pickler goes down by Turtle. Yin trying to be careful, though, but Sleesky there, giving him the run of the mill. Sleesky, though, does have one sliver, so it is technically a 2v2, but Turtle able to pick up the kill. Turtle picking up another good kill. Turtle on a roll here. He is being quite the aggressor here. Sends out a call, but with D-Monkey Man on full health there, it is going to be a task and a half. Taking some shots out there. Moves towards there. Gets some shots back from Sleesky. I believe that was... No, that's D-Monkey Man. Apologies. But that Cam there has his number, so he's going to have to be careful. Sleesky and D-Monkey Man holding that tightly. But Sleesky on that 1 health could possibly, if Turtle uses... Oh, but he has impact EMPs. And the final kill goes to D-Monkey Man. Unfortunate. UWRF just a big blunder there with just losing those first 2 back-to-back there. They have to be more aggressive, be ready for that. If Deimos Implied had those nades on the Deimos, I think it would have gone a different way. For second site, we are going to Bathroom Tellers. Upstairs, kind of holding that office space, fountain area is going to be important to hold unless KU feels comfortable in letting it go. But judging by the picks, I don't think that's going to be a case. We have Pickler going back on the Soulless, Mr. New Vegas going on Frost, Sleesky bringing the Warden, and Braden bringing the Mute, and the Monkey Man going on a killer of a person, a Rooney. The Monkey Man has proven himself to be quite crazy with that DMR. So, UWRF is going to have to be careful here and also open up that hatch into bathrooms. That is a key kind of thing to hold if you want to plant there, but you also have to be careful. I'm looking like Sleesky and Pickler are going to play upstairs. Sleesky on that Warden, going to be able to negate any flashes that come his way. As for the UWRF lineup, we have NJ going back to his favorite, the Zoph, Yeen going back on the Sledge, Goob going on Ash, Implied going back on the Deimos, and Tartle going back on the Doki. Implied, I think, heard me. He's bringing nades this time. So that will help since KU does not have any projectile, I guess besides the Rooney, but any projectile. Sorry, I'm blanking on the word when I'm trying to come up here, but they have no Jaeger or Wamai. So going to be a different play for how they handle this. Pickler, though, going towards there. I don't think either of them are ready for it. Pickler picks up Yeen and picks up another on NJ. Oh, no. Pickler, though, on a sliver of health, but he was ready for that. Yeen and NJ were just on drones, not aware. Unfortunate. But Goob able to pick him up because he sees him prone. Tartle brings it back to a 3v3. That Warden is gone. That is huge for the remaining flashbang. Well, no, there is no flashbang. So, Goob hits a frost mat. Yeah, you got to watch your feet there, buddy. You're going to have that frost mat for a long time. Braden, though, playing below inside near customs. All three remaining members of KU are on the first floor. New Vegas, though, takes some devastating damage from Tartle. Tartle, what have you done? Did you have Tartle going absolutely crazy here, picking up, I believe, 2 ops. Remaining members, though, of KU are at full health, and D Monkey Man does have full health as well, but call goes out. UWRF is going to have to use his momentum quite fast. However, they have nothing to open up bathroom hatch. So it is going to have to be quick and clean for UWRF to make it. D Monkey Man holding in bathrooms, Braden in workshop. You gotta get rid of that barbed first, guys. Implied could go through, but decides to see if he can find a Rooney. Spots a Rooney. Oh, but the death mark failed due to the mute jammer there. Braden starting to work his way around, makes up some head holes to kind of get a better sight into waiting. Oh, and D Monkey Man is ready for that on the pick there. Picks up another one onto Tartle. Ends Tartle's reign of terror on KU. Goob, the only man remaining, but doesn't have defuse. Goob is going to have to be very careful here. But Braden, watching Monkey Man's back, is able to pick up the kill. A 2-0 scoreline for KU. UWRF has got to get their heads out of their butts here. They lost 2 easily to Pickler on that Soulless. So, going to have to see some new things change. Sleesky, though, bringing the pulse. Going to vent workshop now for the third site. Bandit, an interesting choice. Maybe some bandit tricking upstairs to slow them down. However, that pulse is going to be a danger to UWRF if they don't know about it. As for the other lineup, Pickler running back the Soulless. Mr. New Vegas bringing the Goyo. Good time waster with those Goyo packs. Braden on the Mute and the Monkey Man on the Bandit. I am seeing 3 Nitros and 2 Impacts. This is a heavy, heavy lineup for KU to get some Nitro kills against UWRF if UWRF is not careful. The Monkey Man, I think, going for a Bandit trick on to Armory there. So that is going to be pretty brutal for UWRF if they can't get it. And as it stands, I don't think UWRF is aware of Sleesky on the pulse. So they're going to have to be careful. But Sleesky right now is down upstairs. So, but I think just to create some head holes, Pickler going back to his favorite position there near East and Main Hall. Going back towards office, trying to retreat. Now, UWRF is going to have to be very careful with that vending door. They lost so many people to that due to Pickler. So, UWRF is going to have to drone out Pickler like their life depends on it. Pickler decides to go there. Spots. Oh, but Yeen quick on the draw, able to pick him out. A huge pick for UWRF and taking out that Soulless. Just leaves D-Monkey Man upstairs alone, but Sleazy working his way up the stairs. But D-Monkey Man able to get the drop on Goob. It is now back to a 4v4 tied. Sleazy and D-Monkey Man working their way there. Sleazy's got the shotgun now. Pulse's shotgun is also the same as Castle's and others. Not a great shotgun, but high rate of fire. Implied slowly working his way towards office, waiting for the drone to go, but he's going to have to watch his back and be careful with Sleazy on those main stairs there. But Yeen on a roll there takes out that. That is both Intel ops just gone. So it spells the greatness for UWRF, but they have to be careful. 2 C4s remain in the hands of KU. Braden also in passport. So gonna have to be careful with that flank and make sure there are drones watching every little bit of that flank. UWRF fully starting to commit into archives and armory. I'm expecting the Yeen here on the book to start making some vert. And with that, the hatch goes open by NJ. D-Monkey Man watching in bathrooms. Goyo does get exploded. Yeen does spot New Vegas on the Goyo, but isn't able to pick up a lick of damage. Never mind, NJ decides to retaliate and take him out. NJ on the good and bad there. It's 4v2. D-Monkey Man in bathroom. And Braden all the way in customs, working his way towards main stairs and going for the flank. Tartle, now would be a good time to use that phone call. Braden making his way here. UWRF has no idea that he is in here. Braden now has lurked his way, but the plant's going down by implied. I don't think UWRF has any idea that that's, or KU has any idea that it's happening. And plant goes down, implied gets safely out. Vert is being held by all sides by UWRF. A beautiful situation to be in if you are a UWRF. For KU, not so much. Braden trying to work his way in, but he's in a tough spot to get out there. He still has that nitro left, but with all that Vert being held by UWRF, it might be tricky. Trying to see if he can long arm it, but the upstairs gets him. Yeen downs him, but D-Monkey Man trying to get in there. Implied decides to pick up the kill. Monkey Man trying to work his way up. Decides to go upstairs and just try to brute force it, but he does not have time. Round 1 for UWRF there. Tries to shoot some shots through there. Doesn't get it. Able to finally take out Yeen, but it does not matter. The defuse goes. UWRF takes round 3. Beautifully executed by UWRF. KU had no idea that the defuse even went down. So that is huge for UWRF. Now, round 4 bans. I'm going to say that UWRF may ban the Soulless. Soulless has been quite tricky, although Yeen proved that it is easily taken care of. But still, any insurance is good insurance. However, they are deciding to get rid of the mute. Dokkaebi goes away because that is KU's ban. So, Dokkaebi goes. I don't think Tartle used a phone call that last round. I think he had both in his pocket, but decided to save it, which, I mean, it's okay, but it is good to have an idea of where they might be. As for round 4, KU bringing it back to upstairs. For the lineup, we have Picklard on the Solus. This time only bringing the P50, not bringing the shotgun. Mr. New Vegas on the Malusi. Sleazy on the Jaeger. Braden on the Echo, which I don't think we saw him play last on Chalet, but I'm not quite sure. And D-Monkey Man back on the Bandit. D-Monkey Man, though, has been, I think, the spearhead of this KU team, being able to knock players when possible. But again, with UWRF watching, I mean, they don't have the good drone coverage that last time to let them know that D-Monkey Man was working his way through there. So they're going to have to be, I think, a bit more better with those drones. Braden decided to toss out some yokais. However, we only have one Nitro, which is in the hands of the Monkey Man. But from what I've seen, I think it's a pretty notable spot. Sleesky playing in security with Mr. New Vegas trying to make some feet holes for Sleesky. As for UWRF, taking the same approach east over, but Pickler going downstairs. Gonna have to be careful. He might go for a run out here, spots it, and is able to see it. So, UWRF is gonna have to be careful with that lurker below. Mr. New Vegas trying to work his way there, but decides to go back. Almost gets the pick onto him. UWRF has got to be careful, though, because Pickler is starting to work his way up. Goob gets the call that Pickler is down there. So now they have the call, but Mr. New Vegas is able to pick up the first kill onto Implied. The Deimos is gone. Goob, though, able to take out the Solus. And Tartle takes out Braden. Huge, huge for UWRF here. Oh, my goodness. Controller's betraying me here. NJ takes out Sleesky. Oh, my goodness. UWRF is going crazy here with these picks. New Vegas in a top spot, but Mr. New Vegas does pick up the kill. UWRF, he is prone behind there. He's playing his life. Oh, NJ nearly misses Mr. New Vegas' head. The Monkey Man back in office, but Tartle's able to pick him up. 3v1. The Monkey Man is all that remains of KU. He is in between a rock and a hard place here. UWRF has the ability, if they are quick about it, to go there, but the Monkey Man decides to retreat back towards Armory Archives. Smart play. Get him in there. Minute 10 still remains, and plenty of time for UWRF to kind of pull it out. NJ starts a drone, gets the noise that he is there. The Monkey Man trying to hold on for dear life. Drone goes in. UWRF is now aware of his position. Goob, unfortunate, just too slow to pick it up. The Monkey Man, possible to bring it back for KU. I don't know, but it is possible. NJ, I think, needs to go kind of towards Office Fountain, but the Monkey Man is first to go there. Nitro getting ready to go out, goes out, doesn't pick up anything. Oh, and then Tartle's able to pick up the Monkey Man. The Monkey Man's reign of terror ends there. Lucky by Tartle. I don't think he had any idea that the Monkey Man was there. 2-2 scoreline. UWRF, I think, has some kinks to work out here. They need to be wary of those lurkers. They need to have those drones. However, for KU, not a bad defense so far. For Sight, we are going back down to bathroom tellers. So, going to be interesting. For the lineup, Pickler going back on the shotgun for Solus. Mr. New Vegas going on the Frost. Sleesky going on the Warden. Braden on the Goyo. And the Monkey Man going back on that Aruni. Now, last time, the Monkey Man on the Aruni went nuts. UWRF is going to have to flush him out and get him into crossfires. That will help. Sleazy places his shield towards east. Or yeah, kind of on east stairs, facing though towards the east spawn. Sleesky does get bathroom hatch, so UWRF is going to have to save those breaching charges for that hatch. It is important to get because NJ is the only one that has it. So going to have to be careful, going to have to be quick, but also have to be careful here. KU going for a very kind of expansive roam here. Unless New Vegas is just deciding to place frost mats there just to delay time for them. Pickler, though, on that and just... Oh, and he gets a shot onto Goob. Oh, my goodness, guys. You have to be wary of that Solus played by Pickler. You know he's there. Pickler gets the first pick onto Goob. Goob, his entry has not been great. Pickler decides to run out, but Yeen kind of watching it. NJ able to get the kill. It's a 4v3. Pickler gets the double kill again. This is not looking great for UWRF. They have to be wary of that lurker there. Goob and Yeen gone. That is also their vert man gone as well. So we're going to have to be careful. Sleesky's also upstairs too, moved toward our armory locker. So gonna have to play it carefully there and draw him out somehow. NJ lost a little bit of health in that engagement, but Implied and Tartle still have good amounts left. However, so does the rest of KU. Warning gets tracked by the Deimos. UWRF knows he's there, but with that hatch drop there, he could possibly get away with the help of a shotgun. Decides to drop back in towards server. Smart play by Sleesky, gets away, but for UWRF, gonna have to be fast and quick here. Tartle heard me and picks up Mr. New Vegas. That is a 3v3 now. Well played by Tartle on the Lion. But takes some hits back. Knows that there's one in there. I believe that is it is the Goyo. So, takes some more shots. NJ able to open up bathroom hatch as well. Able to get that line of sight on to rotate there. But KU, I think for the time, is going to avoid that. But that BP there, gonna have to get rid of that. Good job, NJ. Gotta get rid of it. That's intel that could be used. Braden, though, holding a very deadly peak, but not deadly enough for implied on the Deimos. 3v2. UWRF has brought this back from the brink of defeat. But D-Monkey Man holding a long angle from bathroom. Gonna have to clear him out somehow in some way. UWRF maybe trying to approach here, but with that Goyo canister going off there, it's going to be a big time waster. Tartle drones out. D-Monkey Man spots him. Sleesky, though, also in there. Gonna have to be careful. Implied. You know he's there. Sleesky takes some shots. Going for the plant. 2v2. I don't think KU is aware that the plant is going down. Implied gets the plant, but Sleesky's able to pick it up. Tartle, 1v2, and D-Monkey Man is able to take out Tartle. A valiant effort by UWRF. Just shy with those 2 kills, 2 opening picks from Pickler. Unfortunate, and decides just to, for nuance, get it through the hole there. Unfortunate for UWRF there. I think they have to get rid of Pickler on that Solus. You know he's going Solus. Every single time he has not gone anyone else but that Solus. UWRF is going to have kind of a little pep talk to themselves here with that Solus. He's gone to the same spot every single time. You got to get rid of him, guys. You can't let him just run amok. KU decided for the final round of their defense to go back upstairs. Now, we saw UWRF pull this, I believe, quite carefully, if I want to remind ourselves. I don't know. I don't know if it was one of their sites, but UWRF has a good approach. KU bringing a similar lineup here with Pickler on the Sola Shotgun, Mr. New Vegas on the Malusi, Sleesky on the Jaeger, Braden on the Echo, and D-Monkey Man on the Bandit. Monkey Man, I think, is their biggest target right now. They have to isolate him and know that he is going to do some crazy stuff, as well as Pickler on the Solus. I swear to God, if Pickler gets 2 more kills, I'm going to have a chat with him myself. Pickler going towards his favorite spot. Mr. New Vegas also on waiting Belk. UWRF has got to be ready for that peaks and runouts there. Tartle, the first to get there. Got to be careful, though. Pickler's watching that. Oh. Pickler is ready for that runout. UWRF has to know that he's there. Spots a drone. Able to get on him. Drone is able to spot him. They know he's there, and they know where he is. Pickler takes out the drone, but Mr. New Vegas and Sleesky are also there to help. Pickler, though, this time not wanting to do the run out. Oh, but Implied able to do it. Thank you, Implied. You are a miracle worker, able to get rid of that Solus. That's going to be huge. Sleesky takes some damage from Yeen on the Ash, but Sleesky's quicker on the gun draw there. Mr. New Vegas also there to help. Implied able to take out D-Monkey Man. Oh, their top frag gone. Mr. New Vegas, though, might go for a run out. Tartle is taken out. But Goob and NJ are able to pick up a concise 3 versus 1. It's just Braden on the Echo. This has been a tremendous round for UWRF. Don't lose it now. You have to drone and be careful. Implied on the Buck can be that voice of reason to be careful there. Braden cycling through his yokais to make sure that he is clear. He's got them well placed to kind of watch his flanks. However, UWRF has got to get rid of those yokais. Important to get rid of them. Implied drones ahead, decides to just sprint for it. Oh, and NJ is able to pick up the kill. Holy, thank you, NJ. You are a savior. Able to watch that pretty, open spot there. Echo, I think, was just feeling a bit kill greedy there. But this is good for UWRF. 3-3 scoreline, way better than Chalet. With UWRF going to the defense, defense is always a good strong suit. So, going to be good. UWRF, first bands going in for border. Bands are, I want to say some, Azami Flores, some pretty normal ones. With those two, they kind of, it takes one away, so, it's not the, it's okay because I feel like with the Flores Azami band, that's pretty normal on a map like border. Those tight corners, like I mentioned, gotta be careful. Second round of bands are in. UWRF getting rid of the Blackbeard and the KU getting rid of the Warden. Blackbeard, remember last time, was a bit of a nuisance for UWRF, but Wamai is back on the board. Yin has to be happy about that. KU kind of unsure of what to play, but Pickler decides to bring the blitz. And as for the sites, we're going to bathroom tellers here. So this will be important. D-Monkey Man decided to switch to the Ash, but with that blitz, with this any shield member, you have to just kind of get them crossfires kind of ready for it. Implied, though, on the Wamai could help greatly, as well as Turtle on the smoke. Good to kind of cut him off and potentially slow down the attackers. Some switches coming out, though. Sleazy going to the Ram and D-Monkey Man going back towards the Ash. That Ram is going to be important to open up Fountain and some other spots here. Most of office here is hard floor, but where NJ is right now, that's softwood that can open up into this hallway there. So, going to be important to kind of pick off. Turtle playing in customs, trying to open up some feed holes there. KU starting to move from east side, going in. From valley side. NJ playing down in bottom, waiting. Goob implied in Yin, all playing upstairs. That blitz, though, you're going to have to be ready for it, UWRF. Sleazy deciding to drone out, trying to make sure that everything is fine and dandy. However, Yin does have that hotch drop there in case things go awry. Drone spots him. Yin's got to be very careful here. He's got 4 enemies in the sense of Sleazy, New Vegas, D-Monkey, and Braden. But he is not without support. Dokkaebi call goes out, knows where Yin is, but Pickler deciding to brute force it. Goob has to be ready for the... Oh, and he's able to get easily picked up by Sleazy. Goob, unfortunate. Yin and Implied start to kind of fall back. Yin goes downstairs, gives up that. However, Pickler does take some damage. Implied in office, just waiting for them to kind of approach him. I don't think KU is aware that Implied is still upstairs. They are slowly clearing their way, but Implied spots that, and he has to go. Able to pick up the blitz. Oh, this is huge for UWRF. That blitz is gone. Able to get a very lucky headshot onto him. Very well done by Implied, but he does take some damage. Yin, though, let's be careful. NJ starting to kind of be roughly engaged by the Jackal. Jackal aware of his position, but doesn't find the targets. New Vegas also there. Turtle does take a hit from Sleazy by the Ram. A-site is open up. Sleazy with that defuse has to be careful. Implied trying to work his way back very quickly. Barbed does alert New Vegas, or does alert NJ to the potential problem. Able to take out the Nomad. A 3v3. This is well fought between UWRF and KU. UWRF clinging to every bit of spot they can get. However, with Implied being stuck between those open floors by Sleazy and the Ram, has to be careful. All 3 members of KU on bathroom hatch. Implied starting to work his way. Yin in passport check. The monkey decided to drone it out. Implied watching from servers. Knows the drops are going to happen. Has to be ready for it. Able to pick up the kill, and defuse goes down. 7 seconds left. Oh, but the Monkey Man is able to pick up the kill and take the defuse. Yeen has got to make some plays here. And Yeen, the savior for UWRF, stops the Monkey Man from getting the plant down. Well done by Yeen to get it for that plant denial. UWRF making sure every spot KU tries to push is at least contested or phantom pressured. I have to also commend Implied for making that insane headshot on Blitz there as he was dropping down. Superb gun skill by him. As for UWRF's second site, deciding to go upstairs towards Armory and Lockers. For the setup, we have NJ on the Frost, Yeen on the Aruni, Goob on the Castle, Implied on the Goyo, and Turtle on the Smoke. Turtle having a hell of a game right now. I think for him, Chalet was just a warm-up. KU deciding to Pickler deciding to bring the Blitz again. Braden switching off the Doki to go for the Thatcher, but UWRF does not have any wall denial of the sort. So UWRF is going to be okay, I think, in this. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a waste for KU, but you know, whatever helps them get the walls open if they must. Braden though on the defuse, so going to have to be careful. 2 members of KU spawning east, the rest spawning valley. Oh, Pickler, though, deciding to go off the Blitz and bring the Zero. Interesting option by him. I mean, I know the shield didn't work out, but Zero bringing those cams to get some more lines of sight. New Vegas and Sleesky moving towards east, trying to get some momentum here. Ian playing in rat spot in security. On the Aruni, does know that there might be someone out there, has to be ready for any chances. But with Pickler on there, has to be careful. Pickler going for... Oh, first pick going Pickler's way. NJ, you just got to be quicker on that. Yeen alerted to that, but Goob is also picked up as well. Oh, no. Yeen able to take out Pickler, though. It is a 4v3. Implied takes some damage from across the way. Trying to make sure everything is cleared, but most of KU is on this side. Actually, all of them are on this side. Turtle is forced off the shield. The Monkey Man, though, trying to get some leeway, trying to slowly work his way around that, but I think just more importantly, trying to watch those head holes there. With Implied on the shotgun there, the TCSG could prove very dangerous, but Implied has to be also careful as well with the Monkey Man watching that. Turtle decides to smoke him out. Yeen also falls back towards Armory and Archives, trying to support his team. Implied, be very careful there. You know there's someone possibly there, but he has a pretty good line of sight into office. The Monkey Man has yet to make an attempt to push him. Implied decides to take some shots. New Vegas and Braden taking some damage. And Yeen gets an incredible shot onto Braden. Defuse goes down. Oh, Yeen, another incredible shot. And New Vegas goes down. It's 3v1. The Monkey Man is yet to move from that spot. Trying. Oh, he sees the silencer. But 40 seconds left. Plenty of time. But he's got to make a move here. Tries to force out the shot, but UWRF is not going to fall for it. Oh, the Monkey Man picks up Turtle, but it's a 2v1. 25 seconds left. He's got to go for kills here. Implied kind of in a narrow position here with the Monkey Man. The Monkey Man decides to go back and try to pick up defuse, but has to be careful with Yeen on the Aruni. Oh, narrowly misses the spot. Oh, and takes some hits. Implied. The wait is well worth it for him on the Goyo. The Monkey Man there, not wanting to push him. Knows he's there, though. I'm surprised by Monkey Man. I think time, though, was just a big factor in that. Well played by UWRF there to stop them in their tracks. Next site, we are going to Vent Workshop. Yeen bringing the Tachanka, the almighty Russian lord that is known as Tachanka with the Shamika launcher. Very well played, good for plant denial, but unlike Smoke and Goyle, the fire doesn't last as long and doesn't do as much damage. So, but with that LMG able to pretty much slice any wall, soft wall, like butter. As for the rest of the lineup, NJ bringing the Wamai, Goob bringing the Castle, Implied on the Jaeger, and Turtle bringing the Smoke. A very, I would say, I guess, time waster for anyone that was just to encounter it. KU deciding to bring the Zoph, played by Pickler, New Vegas on the Nomad, Sleesky on the Ace, Braden on the Doki. Sorry, New Vegas is swapping to the Gridlock, and Sleazy's going to the Ram. And D-Monkey Man on the Ash again. Oh, New Vegas just keeps switching and stumping me up here. Going the Ying. So those flashes. UWRF does not have the Warden. Warden is banned. So they're going to have to be careful with that. Turtle playing in custom, sorry. NJ, though, I think trying to get some runs out there, but doesn't find anyone. Quickly has to retreat back. He knows most of them is there. Falls back towards rat position. Goob also falls back with the Monkey Man shooting his breaching charge towards that. All of KU on this security side has to be careful. Call goes out, though. Monkey Man just brazenly running in, trying to make sure if he can find anyone. NJ, though, picks up New Vegas, though. Huge kill. That's the defuse down and the Ying gone. Those are the flashes gone. NJ, though, has to be careful, though, because D-Monkey Man spots him and takes him out. 4v4, quickly refragged, but KU has lost that Ying. That is dangerous. Implied still upstairs, trying to watch it carefully. I don't think KU is aware that he is there. Able to take out the Zoph, huge. Unfortunately, though, Sleesky is faster on the gun, though, but Implied, I gotta say, man, he was reloading. You had the chance. Goob takes some damage from Braden. There's a 3v3. Yeen still on full health there as the Tachanka, though. However, KU kind of been taking some heavy losses here. Finally, the Ram decides to go out and open up some vert there. Goob, though, spots Sleesky on the Ram and takes him out, but Sleesky decides to get some revenge and fully take him out. 3v2 in favor of KU. However, Yeen and Turtle still at full health. Both have plant denials. And Turtle in a very good position here, but he has to be careful. Yeen slowly makes his way up here, but has to be very, very careful here. Braden trying to open up some lines of sight, but Sleesky deciding just to drop the defuse and watch from above. Sleesky sends a drone. Braden on the Dokkaebi decides to go down. Both Braden and D-Monkey Man are on full health. Braden getting ready for it. Yeen has to be ready for it. And is able to get the long range on the rifle. Oh no, KU is in panic mode right now. Sleesky go down, but he is only... D-Monkey Man trying to go down, but Turtle... Oh no, 6 seconds left. Are they able to get it though? Oh no! Yeen! Unfortunate. The LMG too slow. Oh, thank D-Monkey Man. That was very wonderful of you to give all of our viewers vertigo. UWRF, a huge blunder. They had it within their grasp, body for body, kill for kill, but KU faster on the draw. Round 10 bans going in. UWRF deciding to ban the Ram, and KU deciding to get rid of the Castle. So, kind of the opposite of Chalet. KU deciding to get rid of the ops that UWRF banned last time. 5-4. UWRF, so close to winning it. Deciding to bring it back to Bathroom Tellers. Goob on the mute. NJ on the mute. Oh, I was looking at the wrong person there. UWRF gonna have to be quick and ready for this attack. We're seeing a bit of a switch up here, though. I believe Goob is now playing the Aruni, so I don't know if this is a mistake, but we shall see. As for the lineup for KU, oh, we are bringing a... Oh, well, I mean, B-Monkey Man going on the Ash again. Braden, though, bringing a Fuse. Going to be good to get rid of Utils. However, with the Jaegers and Wamais, that might prove very difficult here. Sleesky on the Ace, New Vegas on the Ying, and Pickler deciding to bring the Sledge. Goob holding off in Armory Lockers. Now, numerous times we have seen him kind of get pushed out of that brutally. Either he takes someone with him or he just gets absolutely murdered. Goob again deciding, oh, don't drop just yet. You know you have time. Decides to drop anyway, though, and preserve his life. Yeen, though, still watching. Tries to take some pot shots, but misses against Sleesky and Pickler, although I think Pickler took the brunt of that. KU taking the upstairs of both security and armory lockers. However, none of the teams are there still. Implied, deciding not to stay up there again, decides to go towards east stairs. Goob also downstairs with Yeen in support. KU now has full run, but with the Sledge being their only option of Vert, going to be a bit more trickier. KU slowly moving their way. D-Monkey Man making sure there's no one in a rat position. New Vegas, Sleesky, and Pickler deciding to go down main hall with D-Monkey leading the drone. Drone does spot him. Yeen tries to fire some shots, able to do a slick of damage to Sleesky, but not enough to kill anyone. Still 5v5. UWRF still has a minute 20 to hold out. NJ on the mute shotgun there to hold that stairs. Going to be brutal if UWRF decides to go that way, though. Pickler, though, is on one sliver of HP there, and it has to be quite careful there. However, KU is in a prime spot to drop down both hatches, and with Bryden shooting fuse charges there, could potentially kill Tartle, and he does. Tartle, unfortunately, just locked in a tight position. Goob, though, decides to take out the fuse charge. Sleesky and New Vegas trying to get the courage to drop, but without that clearage, they have to be careful. Implied holding inside sight, ready in case they decide to drop. However, KU has 30 seconds to do this. They have to make a move there. D-Monkey Man watching metal stairs, goes back to join up with his team. Goob is flashed by the Ying. Has to be careful, though. Sleesky takes some damage. Implied picks it up. Oh, Goob. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. Goob, though, in a tight spot. Oh, my goodness. It is just kill after kill in favor of UWRF. Braden, though, gets the plant down. Yeen decides to go down. Doesn't notice D-Monkey Man, but Implied sees him. Implied able to get the kill. I apologize, folks, for my French there. That was just stunning for me as well. I apologize. Any kids watching, you didn't hear me say that. Match point for UWRF on border. I think I'm having deja vu here because I could have sworn KU chose border and UWRF chose chalet. So we are kind of seeing the twists and turns here of this match. UWRF potentially could take KU's map choice of border. UWRF deciding, though, to bring it to the upstairs site of Armory Archives. Goob on the Bandit, Yeen on the Aruni, NJ on the Frost, Implied on the Goyo, and Turtle on the Smoke. Now, Bandit, interesting choice for Goob. Goob, I think, is kind of straying from the path here. So, it'll be interesting to see what he decides to do. Pickler deciding to go in the Grim, New Vegas switching to the Nomad, Sleesky going to the Thermite, Braden on the Doki, and D-Monkey Man playing, I think, his crutch, honestly, on the Ash. However, things could change if I believe they know where the site is. Yep, Pickler decided to go for the blitz. So this is going to be a huge, important thing for UWRF. They have to be careful of that blitz. NJ trying to run across and take out some stuff. Yin on the Aruni in the rat position could be quite brutal, but with KU on that, they already opened that. Implied, though, ready in case they decide to come. Have to be careful, though. That window from Pickler could get opened up. He spots the implied on the Goyo. Yin, though, watching carefully. Able to get the first pick on to Braden. Yin in a fantastic position. Implied, though, able to back him up. But Sleesky is able to pick up the kill onto him. But Pickler falls into the there, and Goob is able to capitalize on it. Well played by UWRF to listen for that. Implied, though, is taken out by D-Monkey. Goob falls back 3v3 in favor of UWRF on match point. However, both Yin and Implied are gone. This is going to be a dangerous match. Goob, NJ, and Tartle, the three new members of the roster, are going to have to play this with their life. However, with the shield gone, this could be easy for them to use. D-Monkey Man lost some. New Vegas, though, also on a sliver of HP as well. Oh, and Sleesky's able to take out NJ. Oh, no, this is turning very fast from a good potential match. But Goob still has the C4 and knows that they have entered. Oh, Goob, though, wastes the nitro. That's all the nitros, though. But New Vegas goes down. Tartle picks him up. Well played by him. Decides to fall back. 2v2 with 55 seconds left. This is a nail-biter, folks. I don't know. I could see this going either way. Both teams have a very substantial amount of HP left. D-Monkey Man, though, kind of on some slivers. Tartle decides to gas out 90 Hall, leaving only one option for KU to push through. Sleesky takes some damage. Oh, but D-Monkey Man is ready for the response. Just leaves Tartle. Can he smoke it out? But I think instead he pokes himself out. He has to be ready for it. Takes some hits, though, but 20 seconds left. Tartle, you got this, man. Has to hide. Oh, but D-Monkey Man is ready for him. No, Tartle, did you make a head hole? No, you didn't have to do that. Oh, no, 6-5. Still favor of match point for UWRF. UWRF has to make this count. Well played in the first few seconds of that round, but unable to capitalize it. UWRF deciding to go back to Vent Workshop. Yi bringing the Tachanka. This could be dangerous. Cade, interesting choice by Goob. I think Goob is just straying off the beaten path here, trying to grasp at any straws that could get him some wonders. Oh, no, what happened here? I'm sorry, folks. I have no idea how that happened. For the UWRF lineup, NJ back on the Wamai. Yin also back on the Tachanka. Goob on the Cade. Implied on the Jaeger, and Tartle on the Smoke. As for KU, bringing a kind of intel-heavy op, although Sleesky deciding to go with the Sledge. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to insertion. UWRF has to win this to not send it to OT. Goob on the shotgun, though, will be helpful. NJ gets a beeper ready for that, but I think, yep, KU doing the same approach as UWRF has, pushing that way. Pickler sends in the drone. He's not bringing a shield or anything this time. New Vegas, though, also decided to blow up kind of customs wall there. Has to be careful, though, and be wary. NJ in a kind of a tricky position here. His spot is known. Has to be careful and play this with his life. He is supported, though, by Implied and Goob, Yeen downstairs, as well as Tartle. Implied able to pick up Pickler. That's the Doki gone. Huge pick by UWRF here, taking out the Doki. Now this is going to be a much harder case for them, for KU, to know where these players are. Braden deciding just to brute force it in. Oh, Implied quick on the draw and able to take out Braden. New Vegas still picks up NJ 4v3, but KU does have control of security and archives. Has to be careful. Tardo, you got to be careful, though. Implied, though, in office, deciding to wait in case they decide to go for a plant. This is smart by him. New Vegas, though, does have defuse, so have to be careful here. Implied, hearing the footsteps, knows that they are there. Oh, and peekaboo Implied. A tremendous play by him. Leaves Yeen, Goob, and Tartle in control of this 3v2. New Vegas finally opens the hatch. Yeen decides to back off, back in towards Teller's. Smart play. Give some... Sleesky still on the sledge, though. Still has that possibility to do it. Tartle narrowly misses getting his head taken off. Goob still lurking around inside Customs. This is a very good spot for UWRF to be in, with these two players still upstairs afraid to move. "30 seconds remain, Tartle. I would start considering maybe getting those, smoking off some of those access points there to slow down time. Especially with that hatch open there, it will make it possible for KU, which they are doing, to do. Does smoke it off. Nade goes up. New Vegas able to get to kill. Oh, plant's going down. Yeen going in. Sleazy able to pick it up. Oh, unfortunate. We are going to OT. Yeen again last alive on the Tachanka. Has not proven to be in his favor. Oh, no. UWRF, you had it in your grasp again. Not looking good for UWRF. They have to do this well. OT border. UWRF starts off attack for overtime. KU going back to defense. Now, I'm going to call it now. Pickler is going to probably go Solus. UWRF, you have to take him out. You have to. Numerous times he has run circles around you, picking up either a double kill or at least one kill and some change with some damage onto other players. UWRF has to be ready for this. Otherwise, besides the Solus, we have a pretty similar lineup. New Vegas on the Malusi, Sleesky on the Jaeger, Braden again on the Echo. However, he has not had much good luck with that. And Monkey Man on the Bandit, which, I mean, it's Monkey Man here. He's just been going absolutely crazy with these kills and gun skills. As for UWRF, deciding to bring the Zov, Yeen instead decides to opt for an Osa. And Goob on the Ash, Implied on the Deimos, and Tartle on the Lion. Interesting play by Yeen to bring an Osa. I mean, it is unconventional. You don't really see that unless UWRF knows they are going to just rush it. But they don't have any impact EMPs for these electrified walls. They do have grenades, but that will only be able to open up this office wall here. Pickler again on this, but oh, Yeen, the lifesaver, hears it and is able to do it. Pickler is in a rush here. Tartle has to be careful though, because, oh, Implied saves him. Wonderful job by UWRF, and Yeen, great job on that Osa to bring it. However, you still have Sleetsky inside this spot, but takes some damage from NJ. Not enough to kill him, but, I mean, in terms of that trade, I think Sleazy took the raw deal of that. New Vegas, though, is also in this spot, too. Oh, and Tartle goes down, but he's not out for the count unless UWRF can pick him up. NJ, though, has to be careful, though, with New Vegas watching that. NJ, though, I think is going to be able to get the revive off. Implied able to do that, but Vegas picks up Goob. Turtle finally gets picked up. 4v4, UWRF has to clear out Sleesky and New Vegas. However, with Braden just absolutely pounding Implied with that Echo, it's not going to look good. New Vegas finally goes down, and NJ finishes him off. Sleesky, though, the only one remaining inside security, decides to rush back out and go back towards another spot. 4v3, UWRF has a good spot to be there. However, actually, D-Monkey Man lose his Nitro. That is good for UWRF because Vincent, Implied, and Turtle still have nades to throw. Sleesky falls back towards Fountain. 50 seconds left. UWRF has to be careful with this approach. Sleesky in Fountain and D-Monkey Man holding that crossfire can be dangerous. Ian, though, deciding to make his way up, though, but Braden on that Echo is being a force to reckon with. NJ moving inside could possibly nade the man. Oh, but Sleesky picks up a nasty wall bang onto him. 3v3. Way to go, Implied, to pick him out. You know he's there. Does he see him? Is he able to do it? Implied able to finish him off. 3v2. Implied, though, is killed by Yeen, though. Yeen has to be careful, though. He's got to be wary of that. And Yeen is able to pick up the kill. Oh, near disaster with Yeen TKing Implied by accident, though. But Yeen ready for that cross. 7-6 match point for UWRF. They have to win this defensive round to go to map 3. Bands going back in. Bazami, Warden, Castle, Flores, Blackbeard, and Ram are gone. UWRF deciding to go back for Bathroom Tellers to be the decider. Goob kind of just doing a pick of operators here to decide on what he wants to go as. He's brought some very unconventional ones, kind of ones that have strayed a bit from the team dynamic, but I think at this point, he's just trying to do anything he can to slow them down. UWRF also bringing the Aruni, Wamai, Jaeger, and Smoke. A similar lineup with the Frost being somewhat new. Pickler, though, deciding to bring a very interesting choice that he might go with on the Nook. Vegas on the Ying, Sleesky on the Sledge, and Braden on the oh my goodness, I'm blanking on the name here, on the Fuse, and Monkey Man on the Ash. However, Pickler decided to go with the Brava pick instead to hack cams and other things. UWRF is going to have to be wary of this. 4 of KU decide to go Valley. 1, Sleesky, being the Sledge, decides to go towards West. But I don't think that'll matter because they will all link up onto this platform here. Yeen, though, ready to watch those feet holes if they decide to push that way. And he has a quick enough exit. Oh, but I think he accidentally drops due to the fact that they decided to open up that wall. But it's just a phantom pressure. They're going for a top-down kind of thing here, guys. You have to know that. Implied, the only one left upstairs in this position. He's got to be careful, though. They have drones milling about. 2 drones, including a Brava drone, trying to hack stuff. Able to take out the Aruni Gate and probably soon to be that. But unless he can do it, I mean, he is able to take 90 cam. Implied not able to take out the Brava drone. Implied, though, does get taken out by New Vegas, who is hiding there. 5v4. Oh, no, UWRF. You've got to be ready for this. First pick goes in favor of KU. Full control upstairs for KU. However, Yeen deciding to lurk inside customs. This could be a big power play if KU does not drone him. However, New Vegas on that Ying could flash him out. They don't have the Warden. Goob nearly gets his... Oh, but he gets stuck on the wall and is taken out by Sleazy. Oh, no, a 5v3. This is going... Oh, no, this is going horribly wrong for UWRF. What are you guys doing? It's just up to Yeen and NJ. KU, though, has a full roster. Not one of them have taken a bit of damage. Yeen, the next to go by Sleazy. Sleazy on triple kill. NJ has to be careful, though. He has two ways they can go. Pickler goes down, though, to, I think, a frost mat. And the diffuser goes down. NJ tries to pick up Sleazy, able to pick up Sleazy, but New Vegas is watching upstairs. He has to be careful. NJ takes a lot of damage from that few charge. He is in a rock and a hard place. Doesn't see Monkey Man, and we are going to all 15 rounds of this map. UWRF, what happened, you guys? You've played this site before. You know what to expect. UWRF and KU now switching for the final round of Border. UWRF going on to attack, KU going on to defense. Winner takes all for this map. No do-overs. UWRF needs the play of a life here and has to be ready for it. KU decides to go towards bathroom tellers. Will Pickler bring the Solace? Yes, he is. UWRF, you've got to be ready for it. I implied thanks for bringing the IQ so you can watch that. You know he's going to be there. You have to find a way to counter him, whether it be nomads or something. I don't care. Just find a way to negate Pickler and that Solace. UWRF quickly finds the bomb. Yeen, again, bringing the OSA as well. Implied, though, switching off the IQ to go Ram. Oh, no, I spoke too soon. You know he's going to go that, but I think Pickler is deciding to go a different route unless he's just setting stuff up and decides to go back to that spot. So, yes, I'm going with yes, ladies and gentlemen, that he's just going to go back up to that famous spot of vending and watch it like a hawk with the Solace because he can. He might be going for a run out, though. He might be getting ready for them. UWRF, I don't think, has any idea. Turtle has to be careful, but they do have an idea. They know he's there. Oh, Turtle, an amazing pick onto Pickler. What a shot. That's Pickler down for the count. UWRF now in full control of this. A 5v4. Braden, though, watching from East Stairs, falls back. Yeen on the OSA, able to do, but with Sleazy upstairs still, they have to be wary. Oh, wait. Nope, Sleazy's still upstairs by himself. With the cams, though, they have to be ready, although I think UWRF is wary of him, but he decides to go into Office Rat. UWRF is going to have to be very, very careful with this. Braden has a pre-placed Nitro as well. Implied on the Ram, though, could potentially get rid of that if he decides to. New Vegas and Monkey kind of watching the I think this is the... I'm not sure what to call this side. I don't want to call it wrong. But New Vegas deciding to watch in Workshop, Monkey in one of the bathroom stalls. Gloob slowly working his way, but he's picked off easily. Turtle knows that he's there. Has to be ready for it. Oh, no. Nade, though, by Yeen saves Turtle's life as well as Implied's life. NJ, be careful. NJ, no! Do you have hole there? Back her up. Vegas able to pick him up. Oh, no. 4v3, though, still in the hands of UWRF. They have to play this smart. Yeen decides to go down and tries to scope out the area. However, Braden is watching that area like a hawk. Knows they will push down there. No, UWRF now knows there, but D-Monkey Man also holding that incredibly long angle there. Implied, though, picks up the hatch. D-Monkey Man takes some shots. Yeen able to take out Braden with an amazing nade. Well played by Yeen on that OSA. However, UWRF, I think, is aware that D-Monkey Man likes to hide in this spot. Oh, no. Monkey Man picks out NJ, but Implied able to do it. We are going to map 3. Oh, UWRF, way to give us a god dang heart palpitations. A hard-fought victory indeed by UWRF. Well played, and also, again, thanks for giving us all heart attacks, I think, of a big caliber here. We are going to NHL on this exciting day of games. UWRF able to come back from the clinches of victories here and able to pull it out. Well, folks, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break to, I think, also get nerves down and make sure that some of us are still breathing after that nail biter of a game. We will catch you guys in 5 minutes. Welcome back, viewers, to this absolute nail biter of a game. Both UWRF and KU at one apiece right now. Going to the third and final map, a map that we are all familiar with, NHL. And the map has just begun. We are heading into game 3 right now. We shall see what these bands are now. We have seen UWRF also play Nighthaven Labs quite a bit here, so they should be well familiar with this, know what to expect from KU as well. UWRF starting again on attacking. For the first round bans, I'm expecting to see the same that we usually see from UWRF when they've played this map. KU, I'm not so sure as who they're going to ban, but I believe it will be a Ram or something like that, maybe Ace. And I was right. KU banning the Ace, UWRF is banning the Azami. A smart play, Azami. I feel like we are tired of me talking about it. Azami can make those new angles and make Mez an absolute walking nightmare to clear. For the second round of bans, we will have UWRF banning Maverick and KU getting rid of the Tubarão. So there will be no 2B tricking to be had by UWRF or UWRF for that matter. So we will have to, actually, I got that the wrong way. UWRF is banning 2B, KU is banning Maverick. So, we will see how that plays out, though. We also have Pick Alert on the Solus again. So, we go into map 1. Here we go. For the first site, we are going upstairs to Command Center as well. So this is going to be a hard-fought match here. Command and Servers is the first site. For KU, we are bringing the, oh god, Pickler on Solus is going to be in my nightmares today. Vegas bringing the Mute, Sleetsky bringing the Mira, and Braden bringing the Bandit as well as the Monkey Man, switching it up here and going the Smoke. Now, this is going to be a hard push-pull because Sleetsky does have both mirrors facing both ways of entry except for the back here. However, as we've seen, UWRF likes to go waterfall route up in this back area. So, Sleetsky might have a hard time doing that. But with Braden doing the bandit tricking, we have to be careful of that as well. Oh, and Goob picks up the first kill onto Pickler. Amazing job by Goob. An impressive more performance than the last two maps. He was able to pick up the first pick this time, doing his role as entry. This is huge for UWRF. That is the Solus gone and leaves the remaining members of KU upstairs 5v4. Yeen starting to clear some of the spots, but oh, nearly spots the foot of the Mira there, able to take out the window. Mira is now helpless in this endeavor. Sleetsky has to be careful now. Yeen also deciding to take off the bandit charges that are blocking Implied and Turtle from making through into IT. Sleetsky deciding to hold rafters. Implied on the Thermite opens it up. Sleetsky, though, backs up tight against the wall, practically hugging it and watching the stairs here. UWRF is going to have to be careful and ready for it. Drone does go in. UWRF knows he's there. Implied sends another drone in. Keep an eye on Sleetsky. Spots him, but is also taken out as well. Yeen, Goob, and NJ slowly moving their way up. However, Monkey Man, Yeen does pick him up, but is on a sliver of HP. Has to be careful. Braden might try to replicate that. Has to be careful, but Braden doesn't attempt to do it. They know where he is or have a rough idea of where he is. Sleetsky still on there. Braden does pick him up, though. It's a 4v3. Implied slowly making his way towards rafters. Oh, but the Vector is too strong. It goes back to a 3v3, and UWRF has the diffuser on the other side where the other 3 men are. Goob, I hate to tell you, man, they already took it out. Yeen decides to rush quickly over there, but Braden holding a very tight angle. New Vegas takes out him. Goob has no idea that Braden is there. Oh no, a not so good round that was promising to begin with. Yeen on a sliver of HP has to be careful of that buck. Able to take him out, but is he aware of the bandit? No, and it is a brutal flank by both Sleetsky and Braden. Sleetsky, though, the one credited with the kill. 1-0 in favor of KU. Oh, not a great start for UWRF, but the promise is there. The potential is there to turn it around. KU deciding to go towards assembly tank. Sleetsky bringing the Mira again. Implied on the Deimos as well. It could change, but I have a feeling that will not change. KU deciding to bring again the Solus. New Vegas on the Goyo. Sleetsky again on the Mira. Braden on the Bandit and D-Monkey on the Wamai. Pickler had very rough luck with that first round being the opening kill and not using Solus to her full potential. However, she can just be a lurker and just run around and do the same thing she did on border, which is to just find them and make their life an absolute hell. Judging by the looks, I'm seeing a pretty heavy hold on this basement site of assembly and tank. However, Pickler deciding to go up to first floor and try to see where he can find. Pickler, though, ready for the push if it comes. However, he just misses it. Yeen deciding to go the normal push. However, Pickler still lurking from below just to watch it and ensure that nothing happens. Turtle implied might have to get up drone pretty soon, but they are droning him out and making sure that every little peak is clear. Pickler goes back towards lounge to watch it, but Doki call goes out, gives away his position, but he falls back towards vending and is trying to prep a jump out in case UWRF tries to go that way. However, UWRF not bothering really to care where he goes. UWRF slowly making their way in towards that. Hatch is soft. However, Pickler going back there. NJ spots him, though, on the drone. They know that there's a lurker there. Pickler has to be careful. He might try for a crazy flank upstairs. However, I think he's just trying to be some phantom pressure. Implied breaking out the Deimos, trying to get a good position on where this guy is. He will have to chase him because Pickler is not going to move whether he wants to or not. Vegas first pick by Goob. Goob has picked up the opening picks both rounds. Pickler, though, trying to make his way and be a nuisance here. The phone call going out. UWRF knows he's here and is ready for him. Oh, Implied nearly gets his head taken off. But Solus is being absolutely due. Oh, and the Doki goes down. NJ goes down. Oh, no. They're being held up by Pickler. They need to be smart about this. Yeen knows he's there. Here's the shotgun be rattled and finally picks up the kill. It's a 3v3, but they've lost so many. They lost Implied and NJ. Both the calls going out. However, 20 seconds remain. UWRF has to make a play here and has to be quick about it. Braden, though, holding the site here. Goob takes some shots from there, but Yeen, I don't think, is aware. Oh, and Yeen does not know that Braden is there. Turtle trying to do it. Turtle drops, but he's not quick enough. Braden has to use, but his own fire, his own hubris kills him. Oh, no. UWRF, what happened? Oh, I'll tell you what happened is that Pickler on the Solus is a demon and decided to be one today. UWRF struggling to clear him out, loses 2 men in the process to clear him out. KU deciding to bring it towards kitchen cafeteria. This is a tertiary site with storage control. Many teams usually opt for storage control or kitchen cafeteria. It all varies on either team. KU deciding to bring it towards kitchen dining. Not sure what Pickler was there trying to do there. He has gone AFK there, so he might be trying to talk it out or tap out and do something. I'm not sure. Braden, though, bringing the castle. Vegas on the mute. Slatesky on the Legion, and D-Monkey on the Wamai. That castle stuff is going to be tricky. UWRF is going to have to be wary of it and bring the necessary equipment to do it. Pickler, though, going upstairs. Going to be a nuisance for UWRF. Oh, but Pickler is in a tight spot here. Knows that his time is limited. Oh, and Yeen picks him up. Oh, this is good. But Sletsky also upstairs in meeting, watching it, knows that the entirety of UWRF is there. However, he is being watched. Will they, UWRF peek him? You know he's there. No, you guys. You lose the Doki and now lose the potential for the calls to go out and the flanks to happen, but you still have your drones. Oh, if you had 3 guys watching his every move. Sletsky falls back towards lobby and goes underneath the stairs. UWRF now slowly starting to push, but D-Monkey is in 90 trying to watch it and be very careful. Yeen takes out the pipe so that way it won't be used against them. Sletsky peeing. Implied, watching it carefully, be ready for the drop in case anything happens. They know that there is one down there. They have to draw him out and corner him. Yeen, though, in meeting, getting some vert ready and able. Tardo goes back, but he is implied. What happened there? Did you get shot? Oh, yep, he did get shot. Sletsky on the long angle there. Not good for UWRF. They need to turn this around. Their energy can't be out already. But Sletsky watching that video, Tartla has to be careful when picking him up. Vegas, though, taking some damage from being above. Minute 10 left. Still plenty of time of game left. Vegas watching it carefully. Monkey Man has not really moved whatsoever, but Sletsky's still in that spot. UWRF has to force him out of there, or it's game over. Sletsky watching that place like a hawk. Oh, and Tartle nearly had it, and Sletsky finishes what he started against Implied. Goob slowly making his way down the stairs. Oh, no. Oh, Goob. Oh, no. It has gone from bad to worse for UWRF. A 4v1. Goob is down and out. Ring around the rosy here in terms of the gunfight. Tartle able to pick up the kill, but he's facing 3 full health guys with wall not even open. And a man still in 90. Tartle has to be ready, but he is not. Monkey Man is able to pick up the kill. Oh no, UWRF, you had such promise there with that opening pick, and you, oh, I'm sorry, you blew it. You blew it. Round 4 bans coming in now. I really hope UWRF has a way to turn this around. Maybe ban the Mira. Mira, for those 2 sites, have been a danger to you guys. It'd be in your best interest, I would say, to get rid of it. No, deciding to go with the mute, and then KU deciding to ban the Buck. Okay, this is interesting because now, as we saw when the KU went upstairs, Mira can just play in that spot now with no repercussions. Yeen going to have to do a bit of a adaptation here. Bringing the gridlock, she does have the super shorty, so it is possible for her to open it up, but at a less destruction rate. As for KU, bringing a similar-ish lineup, Pickler on the Soulless, Sletsky on the Mira, but New Vegas bringing the Jaeger shotgun and Braden on the Bandit and Monkey Man on the Smoke. This is what I mentioned before. With Siege updating itself and giving Jaeger a buff. He now has the P10C, which has a naturally included holographic pistol. So it will encourage players to bring the shotgun as well as the pistol for some range and some accuracy. Pickler, though, deciding to be an absolute rat and just stay in kitchen cafeteria. Pickler, you know the site's upstairs now, but if you want to roam, be my guest. As for UWRF, bringing the Lion, Yeen on the Striker, Goob on the Ash, Implied on the Thermite, and Turtle on the Capitao. However, with Pickler downstairs, they're going to have to be careful in case he tries to go for that pick. Pickler is able to spot him, but he doesn't have the shotgun this time. He's bringing the P90 this time. Goob decides to do it and does an unbelievable headshot through the wall with the help of some sly cams. Braden taking some massive hits from below by Implied. Line scan goes out. They know he's there, and he is wounded. Braden, oh no. UWRF know he's there, and Implied is just trying to get him to move and change. Grenade misses, but takes out the bandit charges. However, oh, but Yeen able to be the fast draw on there and take him out. But Sleetsky on Raptors, UWRF has to be careful because last time Sleetsky did not move 1 inch from there, and it proved disastrous for UWRF. Turtle trying to play peekaboo with him through the barricade, knows he's there. Gets droned out. Sleetsky backs up. However, Goob and J are making their way. New Vegas, though, on the Jaeger, decides to go prone and watch. Goob spots it and sees the drone there. New Vegas has to move, but Turtle firing off there. But however, it's kind of useless now. Sleetsky has moved. He is not there anymore, guys. You have to watch where he is. Yeen deciding to go and help, but D-Monkey Man decides to smoke out that entrance. UWRF has to make a move, and Goob picks up Sleetsky. What a great play by him. Sleetsky deciding to take some damage. Turtle, 5v1. D-Monkey Man's the only one left. They know where he is. They saw the smokes come. Oh, and Turtle able to pick up the final kill. UWRF from the brink of disaster brings it back for nearly a flawless round, but Implied, unfortunately, got killed by Monkey. UWRF, a breath of life in there. UWRF now on the brink. They can do this. They have the potential. We just saw what they can do when they all communicate and talk in drone. KU deciding to bring it back down to basement. Pickler again on the Solus. I think at this rate, I might just mispronounce everyone and call them Solus at this rate. Vegas on the Goyo, Sleetsky on the Mira, Braden on the Bandit, and Monkey on the Wamai. Similar lineup, but with Pickler last time, he was able to get 2 kills in kitchen cafeteria and just hold that site and be a menace to UWRF and halt their approach which way. NJ deciding to bring the Doki, Yeen bringing the sledge, Goop staying on the Ash, Implied going for the Deimos, and Turtle going for the Capitao. Pickler going into a spot to kind of watch them out. Cycles through camps to see where they're coming from. Doesn't see anyone there. NJ takes out the cam, moves quickly. Yeen quickly opens up the wall with the sledge. However, Pickler knows they are upstairs doing the same kind of thing. UWRF has to know and realize that he is going to be there. They have to watch him and watch that area with great distress. Vegas also, no, Vegas is downstairs. Just the Pickler on the roam. Pickler slowly making his way back up. NJ, you do have that call. Make it count. Pickler slowly making his way, though. UWRF, I don't know if they're ready for him or not. Oh, and Implied picks up the headshot onto Pickler. They did, but Braden quickly responds back with Goob being eliminated. Braden, I think, watching from 2 levels of vert. Impressive. 4v4 in no one's favor yet. All remaining KU members are on the basement level. Braden, though, watching through 2 floors of vert to see if he can pick up another one. Braden still watching, but Yeen decides to make a play and try to open up some vert and some holes. Looks like Implied opens up the hatch. Braden still on that spot inside assembly, holding a bandit charge. I think he thinks they might be going for that, but I don't think so. Oh, Braden picks up the nitro onto NJ. That is unfortunate. Oh, and Sleetsky picks up onto Yeen. He was just unfortunately slow with that hammer. Implied, though, brings it back and takes out Braden. Implied also takes out Sleetsky. It is revenge time for what they have deemed as this very potent defense by Vegas. Vegas holding by Cargo. Monkey also going into Nano, watching it carefully. Vegas trying to kind of slowly watch the vert. Oh, but Implied able to get a quad kill. Oh, Implied, please do it. Oh, 1v1.
15 seconds to go.
Plant going down. Monkey prone, waiting for stuff to happen. Makes a mad dash for it. Is Implied ready for it? Knows he's there. Has to waste time. Knows he's there. But is he? Oh, he's not quick enough, and the drone call out goes unfortunately too late for UWRF. Oh, it was close. Implied had the quad, could have gotten the ace, but is denied by Monkey, who at this rate I am starting to dislike very much as Pickler here. UWRF needs to do this. They are throwing bodies into a meat grinder here. 4-1. They need to at least make it 4-2 to make a reasonable comeback here. KU deciding to go back towards upstairs. Changing it up a little bit here. With the lineup, Pickler this time going on the Mira. Vegas going on the Jaeger. Sleetsky this time going on the Legion. Braden, same. And D-Monkey, same as well. Oh, yep. UWRF now knows which site they are on. Trying to now readjust Pickler. Going this time on the Mira. Interesting play. A bit of a switch up here. Probably because Sleetsky is going to be a bit of a roamer here.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
Sleetsky deciding to be a bit of a nuisance downstairs and take out drones. He knows that's where they're going to be coming from. He's going to be ready for them, whether it kills him or not. Holding out in lounge hallway by cargo door. UWRF opens up cargo window. They are not aware, though, of Sleetsky. Yeen sends a drone in. Make sure it's clear. They have to drone the right way, though. Goob, though, in a very unfortunate position, gets the call at the last second. Sleetsky doesn't even get a shot off. Goob saved by the close timing of a drone from Yeen. Implied trying to see if he can get some leverage here against Braden, but Braden is not there anymore. He is in electrical, so a bit of a different play. Pickler also playing on plants this time, trying to make sure Sleetsky doesn't have any surprises waiting for him. Vegas watching cams, but I believe he's on the Jaeger shotgun. UWRF kind of at a slower pace this time. Tartle is the first to go to Monkey Man. Unfortunate. Oh no, it is not looking good for UWRF right now. First pick in the Capitao is gone. Both batteries taken out by Yeen from below on the striker with the grenades. Implied trying to get the wall open as quick as possible. Monkey Man, though, goes towards Rafters. They don't, I think, have even taken out Sleetsky, who's still downstairs. Oh, no. This could spell disaster. Or maybe they know he's down there, but I don't think they do. Sleetsky downstairs waiting for a flank if possible. Monkey Man also downstairs as well on the first floor. UWRF needs to be careful. There's 2 roamers off site in the first floor. Goob slowly trying to make his way. No, Vegas though, not on the shotgun. Oh, Goob, and an incredible kill as well as, oh, I don't know who got Braden, but I think it was Implied maybe? Implied watching from IT. Having to move careful. There's 30 seconds left. UWRF has to make a massive play here. Oh, Yeen saves. Oh, my goodness. UWRF picks it up for a 4-2 scoreline. Unbelievable from UWRF there. In the final closing seconds, able to pick it back up as we go into 4-2. Roll swap. UWRF on defense. KU on attack here. The hope is alive still for UWRF. They are calling it close right now, though. Bans going in. UWRF and KU deciding to ban the Mira and Thermite. KU afraid of what they could do with that Mira, since UWRF never banned them and let them get away with it. Thermite as well, typical banned. UWRF making sure they don't have to do that. Interesting they didn't ban the Ace, but Thermite does open the bigger holes for the second round of bans. We are seeing the Goyo and Maverick gone. Goyo, interesting choice by KU. I think they're afraid of what UWRF could potentially do with that. NJ bringing the tuber out. Implied and Turtle, though, haven't picked an operator. Trying to figure something out. Ends up bringing the Aruni, Goob on the smoke, and Turtle on the mute. For first sight, we are going down to basement now. As I kind of alluded to, NJ going for the 2B tricking with the help of Yeen in the Cade. This will be important. If NJ can keep those walls closed, it will force KU to have to push other ways. But Pickler on the Blackbeard could be a bit of a problem. Sleetsky deciding to switch out for the Habana. Monkey going for the Jackal. Braden going for the Doki. So I don't think they're going to worry about these main walls here. Vegas, though, deciding to switch his mind up again and go toward Bravo to hack some utility.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Plied and Turtle holding upstairs on waterfalls. Interesting to see what KU will do. I think they're going for a top-down approach, though, judging by the fact that they are all moving towards IT and others. Turtle has to be wary, though, of the players. They're not going to be pushing from there. They're going to be pushing from this IT push. Pickled and D-Monkey already in IT thanks to Blackbeard's ability. Turtle going to have to move soon, otherwise he will be spotted out. Implied does go down. Vegas trying to pick up some cams and extra stuff to ensure that they have a clear approach. Turtle finally decides to back down. Implied in conch, outside storage, watching the stairs like a hawk. Turtle moves back down towards cargo. KU taking a very slow approach here with Pickler and Monkey pushing through to make sure everything is clear. Yeen on vending stairs, watching to make sure, has Goob in support if he needs help. Braden, though, opening up vending window. Call goes out. Yeen trying to be ready for him. Sleazy inside. Braden knows that the call is out, but Pickler does take some damage. I'm not sure from who, though. I think from Implied. Sleazy picks up the first kill onto Tartle. Implied, though, dangerously by himself. He is in a rock and a hard place. Able to pick up one. Is he able to? He picks up a second. Oh, isn't quite able to pick up a third. Sleazy finishes off Implied 3v2. Goob and NJ are the remaining hopes left. However, Blackbeard and Pickler and Monkey are gone. There is hope. Two of the best players so far for KU. However, the hatch is open. NJ has to be very careful. Goob inside there. NJ, be ready for the drop, my friend. They're not coming that way. Hears them. Tries to call over Goob. Goob, you got to move, my friend. You know. Oh, no. Goob, you need to support him. What are you doing over there? Takes a reload, but...
5 seconds remaining. Attackers are activating the bomb.
Oh, Goob, you have to push. You know he's there. You see him. Oh, Goob, unfortunate. Oh, that was, I'm sorry, a hot mess from UWRF in that final stages there. NJ not hearing them drop, and Goob not coming to support him. You have to support your players. UWRF deciding to run it back, thinking they can do right. I think, though, they had the wrong lineup there a bit. So they decide to bring Implied on the Castle, Goob on the Legion, Yeen, and NJ, as well as Hartle, back on the same ops as last time, going back down towards basement. (5v2) in favor of KU. UWRF has to have the miracle play here and get 5 rounds in a row to at least have a sliver of chance to win it for this round. Yeen trying to do the same thing, though. With the help with the castle this time, it will be easier for him to hold. Implied also going upstairs. Goob already upstairs, trying to make sure everything is set and go. However, Sleetsky has a cam on the plants there. Knows that that is a spot. Tardo making his way back upstairs. Implied also in his own spot as well. All of KU decides to spawn helicopter pad. Pickler bringing the Blackbeard again. Vegas again on the Brava. Sleetsky on the Habana. Braden on the Doki. And Monkey this time deciding to go with the Zofia. Pickler just immediately going for the rush through IT. Implied has not dropped this time. Is waiting for it. Spots the Blackbeard. I don't think Blackbeard spotted him, though. Be patient, Implied. Be patient. Braden picks up the first, or sorry, Goo picks up the first kill onto Braden. That's the Doki gone. That is beautiful play. Sleazy trying to open the hatch, but NJ not allowing him to do it. Continuing to just to let that time waste for that hatch to be open. Goob falls back, though. Implied and Ian and Turtle still on the first floor. Hatch finally will be open. But with the Doki gone, that will be more dangerous for KU. Turtle has to be careful. Monkey watching Hatch. Pickler trying to get his attention to go that way. Turtle takes some damage from across the map from Sleetsky in New Vegas. Yeen finally falls back towards there. Implied, though, deciding to watch it. Now, much of KU is converging on Turtle's location. He has got to be ready for this. Throw it, you got it. What a play by Turtle. Amazing 3C4 toss. One there. Oh, no! Implied, though, doesn't make it. Doesn't matter, though. Takes out one more just to make it hurt. 4v2. Vegas trying to go down, but does not know. But Goo, or Implied, has to be careful. Holding a very sneaky angle inside EXO. Beeper goes off. However, Vegas picks up defuse. Implied has to be careful. Hatch is open, and most of the team is not looking the right way, you guys. But Yeen picks up the kill. Diffuser down in Exo. Monkey Man does take out Yeen though. 3v1. Come on, UWRF, you got it. You hear him running down. Implied. Here's the call and the sound of the Zoph. Monkey taking damage. Implied still playing a very sneaky angle. Decides to peek and picks up the kill on to Monkey. Amazing round by UWRF. The comeback, I think, is real. Tartle with a good C4 toss on to the Blackbeard, as well as some of the opening picks going towards UWRF's favor. UWRF deciding to go upstairs this time, hopefully with the right lineup. NJ on the Frost, Yeen on the Wamai, Goob on the Jaeger, Implied on the Aruni, and Tartle on the Mute.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Similar to what KU is going to do, but I don't think it will be as simple. Yeen does like to play in plants here with the shield and the ADS's from Jaeger. Tartle with the C4 too, when he'll be playing in the waterfall's position, could potentially, if Yeen gets in enough trouble, can move. However, he's going to need the shield from NJ pretty soon. 10 seconds left. Tartle and the rest of the UWRF team making sure that everything is prim and proper for their setup and defense of command and servers. KU deciding to bring a ram. Oh, I don't think they're fully aware. Maybe to use as like a breaching. Vegas on the Nomad. Sleetsky on the Ace. Braden on the Doki. And Monkey on the Buck. So they might have a slight idea of what is going on here. However, IT is only guarded by a mute charger. Oh, but the mute Buck not able to pick it up. Trying to get it. Oh, is it just out of reach for him? Oh, no. This is a huge time waster. He's going to have to just jump in there and get rid of it. Are they just... Oh, they're going to leave it. They decided to, I think, impact EMP it with the Doki. Sleetsky watching from IT into Rafters. Monkey also starting to drone it out.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Braden deciding to go his own way and be ready for it. Yeen, though, they know he's there. They have to be careful. Phone call goes out. Implied, though, in electric. Braden starting to make his way from meeting hall. Trying to slowly but ever surely get there. But with Yeen there, it's going to be dangerous for him to do it. Oh, no, Goob. They might see your foot, my guy. Oh, I don't think they see his feet, but that is dangerous for Goob to be prone in that position. Vegas, though, also deciding to go prone and just make his way. Sleetsky gets the first pick onto Goob. 5v4. Tartle picks up the pick on Pickler. However, D-Monkey's still downstairs. Tartle's got to be careful. Pull out that shotgun and give him a little bit of shotgun diplomacy. It works wonders. I should know. I've been there. Another call decides to go out. Sleazy picks up Implied. Oh, no. Yeen jumps up too quickly. Oh, but the pipe from Yeen. Incredible play. New Vegas goes down, but Sleetsky able to pick him up. NJ in a very binding pickle here. Oh, it is a 3v1 in hopes. Yeen picks up the kill, rotates around.
10 seconds to go.
Oh, but Monkey is faster and picks up the headshot onto Yeen. Oh, no. UWRF, a huge blunder. Implied getting picked off early. Match point. UWRF needs to get 3 rounds in a row to send it again to OT. But UWRF, the engines, it looks like, have slowed. They need to figure out a game plan here. KU, the engines are running hot. Final round of bands going through. We are going to say goodbye to the Jaeger and Doki. A Jaeger, interesting choice. The Doki, Jaeger, I would say, is more of a target band. Doki, also kind of a target band to get rid of those calls as well. UWRF deciding for potentially their final round on NHL, decides to go to command center and servers upstairs again. Goob deciding to bring the Velk this time. Interesting choice.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I think just because of losing the Jaeger, I mean, I don't think the Jaeger was all that big of a deal, really, but we'll have to see what happens. As for the rest of the lineup, same old NJ on the Frost, Yeen on the Wamai, Implied on the Aruni, and Turtle on the Mute. Bit of a switch up from KU. Pickler going on the Lion, Vegas going on the Capital, Sleetsky going on Ace, Braden going Nomad, and Monkey going Jackal. However, I think they just discovered the site, so now they won't be able to change it. They're going to have to just roll with it. Goob, I think, trying to get NG's attention here, see if he can get the hatch for him. But doesn't quite get it, so a bit of a struggle on the hatch there. Oh no, the infamous mute is still there, though. KU's going to have to waste a bit of time to go back down and get it, but I don't think they can quite get it from where they're shooting. Pickler trying to get it, finally picks it off, but wastes a tiny bit of time. Implied getting ready in the spot to watch it. He's going to have to be careful the last time, though. KU easily just sniped him. Now, without those Jaegers, it is going to be more difficult for Ying to hold it, but he does still have those Wamai discs that will greatly help him. Sleetsky and New Vegas gaining in. Sleetsky taking some damage from NJ. Holding off for now. Monkey trying to go there. Vegas taking even more damage from NJ. Vegas on a sliver of health. Yeen decides to play the smart move. Oh, but Pickler able to pick up Goob on the Velk. Pickler, though, takes more damage from Implied. But Monkey is able to quick, but Vegas goes down. Oh, Implied able to get it, but before Braden is able to pick up Vincent, it is a 3v2. NJ on a sliver of health knows that he is cornered. Oh, unlucky. Plant goes down. Yeen decides to fall back into electrical, trying to make sure he's good and clear. Impact goes away. Oh, unfortunate from Yeen on valiant effort from UWRF, but it's just not enough. The engines died, and KU takes map 3 in this quite intense game of Rainbow Six Siege. Just unfortunate play. 7-3 final score line in favor of KU. Oh, you hate to see it, folks. It was a close game. UWRF giving us a nail biter of a second map on border. Chalet, I think, was just to get their engines running. They weren't ready for it. KU being the ultimate just stomper in this map, but both teams bringing it in this matchup. Fantastic play on both sides. Pickler, you're going to give me nightmares for Solus now whenever I play, so thanks a lot for that. Otherwise, Folks, I hope you had a good time watching this amazing game. Have a good night. See you next time.